Welcome back to Numbers on the Board.
Numbers on the board, yes!
On today's episode, we got to talk about the former MVP, Joel Embiid being back. We got Julius Randle being out for the rest of the season. Is Bronny going to the league? Malachi Flynn dropped 50. And we're going to talk about the biggest weakness from every NBA contender. Leave a like, subscribe, go over to the audio platforms, give us 5 stars. All of that goes a very long way. We're still on our road to 100,000 subscribers. If we hit 100,000 subscribers, y'all want to hear a crazy statistic?
What's up?
It would be the 8th channel that I've been a part of to hit 100,000 subscribers.
Damn.
8th.
So
you get a plaque for that?
You're that
I
much
should get
of a
another.
draw.
Yeah, I should get an extra plaque for having 8 channels. Man, I'm just saying this has been my job for a decade, and I love doing this.
Channel.
Yeah, facts.
Y'all too?
Yeah, my second channel too. I just didn't get the plaque for that last one.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you technically did. You just didn't have your own. We had one in the studio.
That is true.
Selfish.
I think things changed though. I could be wrong here. Where like you can tell Google, like, hey, we have 7 people on the show, and they all deserve their own plaque. And I think they would create 7 different plaques for you.
Okay.
So hopefully everybody has their own plaque. But we can't do that unless y'all subscribe. So go ahead and hit that subscription button. We are a week away from the playoffs and playing and everything. So
I think this situation will also be a little different too. I think it wouldn't be too many hands trying to get on one. I think in the last situation, we had a lot of people that was trying to get,
They wanted the plaque.
and
They got to take them Kobe championship pictures with their YouTube plaque.
I'm just being real. Everything got to start with us 4. I'm sorry. When it comes to shit like that, just let us get our shit out the way, and then down the line.
Where's the studio one going? That's the question.
Oh, well, what's that right there?
Kobe,
The Harlem Globetrotters.
the Harlem Globetrotters.
Oh, no.
That could be it.
We'll knock off those bottles.
That's the Enjoy Basketball Icy collaboration.
Yeah, we'll take.
You can't even really see him on
We'll
cam
take
anyway.
3 off.
Uh-huh.
Put that there in hat. We'll put 1 next to the hat.
We'll figure it out. Yeah. I ain't
Or
mad
they're
at that.
supposed to be there.
What you mean?
Like, did Icy ask for those to be there?
Come on now. You a part of this podcast. You asking that question?
I didn't. I knew they did that
That's
collaboration.
mine.
Oh, those are actually yours. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Icy's
like-
not
That
me.
felt like
that.
the why is Terrence here question.
Yeah.
But also, like, if somebody was paying something to be on this podcast, don't you feel like you would have to ask? That would be crazy.
Yeah,
that
that's
mean
true.
you not do.
We ain't do one ad read for Icy this entire time. They whole thing is like just be in the background. You can't. It's not even really legible because it's so far away.
He don't know.
Usually it might be on the table.
He just here.
Right.
Got a whole Dorito collab, and you just don't. You oblivious. We got Doritos supposed to be in there. But yeah, man. Yeah. I think it's gonna be that'll be decent. A nice little plaque. What you gonna do with your plaque? Eat off it?
Yeah.
Use it as a plate? That's what's up. I like when people do that. You ever seen when Drake had the Grammy, he was drinking out of it? Jay-Z drinking out the Grammy?
No, I've never seen that.
They drink out the Grammy.
Ain't nothing wrong with that shit.
Drake said he used the Grammy as a doorstop.
Oh boy. Drake got to say something soon.
You think so?
At least Cole said something. It wasn't nothing, but he said something.
I feel like a lot of rap disses, sometimes lately they really don't hit that hard. They're always like little shots, but it ain't really nothing crazy.
I don't know. That Kendrick.
I'm glad this is coming up because this is part of the Drop the Mic.
Well, that's because I'm a really good host, and I knew it was part of the Drop the Mic.
Well, I told you, remember, before the show? Mm-hmm. But no, I liked your tweet too. I don't know if you want to kind of reiterate it, but you were basically saying that, like, just basically enjoy the music at the end of the day.
Yeah, because my thing is, no matter what, and I guess it comes with age because Twitter I guess there's a lot of youth on there, but like, no matter what you like, you should be able to have common knowledge of something. So even like, I never understand the LeBron James and Michael Jordan talk because it's like, regardless of how you feel or who you like, we both should be able to say that they're legends.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing in this case. All 3 rappers, no matter if Kendrick's your favorite, Cole's your favorite, Drake is your favorite, I think it's undisputed that those are 3 legends who are all at the top of rap. So when this situation, whether you want to call it a beef, whatever, a battle, when this is happening, it was blowing my mind because I'm so used to being able to go to Twitter and enjoy these moments that it's like, instead of having conversations about the actual music, people was on there just sitting out there just basically talking out of their ass. You got J.Cole fans trying to say Kendrick Lamar is weak. Kendrick Lamar fans is telling you Drake is trash.
I seen it all. Like, literally, it didn't matter who you was because I seen everybody was like, they were like, hey, throw on J. Cole, and they put like this album, and they got a bunch of likes and retweets. Somebody commented underneath that, hey, throw on To Pimp a Butterfly. It got a bunch of likes and retweets. So it's just like, people are gonna go at you no matter what.
Which to me is silly.
Yeah.
In a moment like this, it could be so much better conversation. And when you go on Twitter now, besides the fact that Twitter is a whole different app from our prime of years on it, but I remember when you can have moments like the control verse. When Kendrick dropped the control verse, Twitter was a nice place to be a part. A lot of conversations and discussions and different things like that. But now it's just like, we going to spend our time trying to convince. Even if, honestly, and I like all three, even if I was a Kendrick fan who felt like Drake was legitimately trash, why would I spend my time trying to convince a Kendrick diehard, I'm just you for hypothetically, Drake diehard that he ain't on shit? Why would I waste my time telling Anwar
it really
trash?
And again, it comes down to like what's in the music. And honestly, I feel like J. Cole, he did his shit.
I think so too,
without a doubt. But it's not going to change my opinion on how I feel about Kendrick Lamar at all. So it's like,
the best
I told him, like,
it,
I would rather listen to probably Kendrick most of the time because I just enjoy his type of sound, his type of music on a more regular basis. And it's like, there's nothing wrong with that.
Didn't J. Cole say the second one was trash, but they gassed it? Do y'all agree with that? It's to
Did he call that one
Pimp a
trash?
What was the second one?
To Pimp a Butterfly.
Oh.
Is that trash?
No.
Right? That's like really hits.
Yeah.
It was.
I guess because maybe they dissing, you got to put some extra sauce on. I don't think it's trash, but I do think that it got a lot of. I don't think it's his best work, and I think a lot of people.
Good Kid, Mad City is number one.
If
we're talking albums,
I got Damn one. I think like the way people feel about To Pimp a Butterfly, or some people, it's how I feel about Damn. Like I think Damn is like the best overall.
I think that's what Cole said, right? He said your third one is your best. That's when you hit your prime, and then his last one he said
third one was massive.
Trash. Yeah, he said the last one was trash. Which I only listened to the last one time.
It's Damn.
Good Kid, Mad City is one. To
Okay.
Pimp a Butterfly is two.
Section 80 was his first album.
That don't really count.
That's like
much.
I thought that was an album, but is it a mixtape?
It's a mixtape.
I think when it dropped, it was a mixtape
album type thing, but it ain't an official album.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know how they go.
Yeah.
But I think it's a body of work. Is what we would
Section
call
80
it.
is beautiful. That's why I thought it was considered an album.
But yeah, To Pimp a Butterfly, it was. I think it got a lot of attention because it was different, and I respect them for trying to be different. And I did enjoy it when it first came out. I kind of forced myself to like it.
It got way better over time, honestly.
But I think also when it first came out, I was just so excited to have new Kendrick that I was trying to force myself to like it. But Damn to me is where like I like Kendrick with a chip on his shoulder. You know what I mean? I enjoyed that. So when he was talking about slapping you and make it look sexy, I kind of enjoyed that.
That's kind of why I'm like, also like, why would I care about them beefing? Like I enjoy it, but like I'm not gonna sit up here and pick sides. I don't see myself sitting up here trying to pick sides about two grown men.
It's only fun to pick sides as like to troll a little bit.
Yeah.
Like when we on here, I know KB like Kendrick, so I'm gonna just. But like in real life, I like Drake and J. Cole. Ain't nobody stopped me from listening to Kendrick.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn. I be trying to. I don't know J. Cole.
Yeah, I don't.
I only met him a few times, but I don't know him. I ain't never met Drake. They ain't stopped me from listening to Kendrick Lamar. Yeah. I know that, but that's it. But you know, I ain't picking no sides either. I used to feel like I had to do that when I was young. I remember the Game and 50 Cent was beefing. I'm like, I'm with the Game.
Yeah, or like 50 Cent and Kanye when they was beefing.
I'm riding with Ye. I was riding with Ye.
So I'm gonna get to the drop the mic because we just got to get to basketball. But we're gonna do something we already kind of done before is the blind rankings. But we're gonna let Spotify choose the J. Cole songs today. We got J. Cole songs on the list. We're gonna have to rank them.
So you got it like on shuffle?
I got a J. Cole playlist. Most of his like
please
best
have
songs.
your sounds on zero.
No,
okay,
absolutely. You seen me clicking my? I don't know if you seen me, but I was
think this is
it.
gonna be really bad. As a J. Cole fan,
I
don't like shuffle on Spotify.
I'm kind of navigating through it. I'm not gonna hit like it's like an interlude in here or something like that. Okay, first one that came up, Crooked Smile.
Ooh,
you gonna do 5?
I would put Crooked Smile at 3.
I would put it at 5.
You put it.
What is it? It's a radio song that I'm never gonna. I don't search for that. It's like if it come on, cool, but it's not no shit. I'm like, oh, that's a top J. Cole song for you personally.
It's not top, but it's a banger though.
See what banger. I guess we got different ideologies of a banger.
Like I'm saying, it's a radio song, so it is one of his top played songs probably.
A banger to me is literally a banger, but it's banging.
Yeah, it's not bigger than Power Trip though.
I don't have an opinion.
I knew it was probably gonna be mostly them, but if it was K.I.U.B.N.
I don't. Maybe if I knew the song. If I knew the song.
You don't be knowing these songs?
He don't know music like
I don't know.
that.
I don't
Put
know.
it at
Yeah, I
five.
forgot.
I don't
I
do
forgot.
Put it at 4. Go in the middle.
Yeah, let's go 4.
Kevin's Heart.
I am not trolling when I say this. I have no idea what that.
You never heard that
Cricket
song
Smile
before?
I've heard before. This one, I swear to God, I don't know what this
Boy,
is.
you was crazy as hell.
I don't know what this is.
This could be 5 or 3.
It could be 5
This is at the
or
bottom
3.
too.
Yeah, it can go 5.
Land of the Snakes.
No, I would put
It's like this might
this
be
is like
1.
a 2 or 1.
Yeah,
This is
I'll
a
put it
2.
at 2 just in case.
Just a 2.
One of his best songs. Go put 2.
95 South.
Put it at 3.
Yeah, it can go 3.
I want to leave that top spot open. It's gonna be Wet Dreams or something.
Applying Pressure.
Okay, that can go number 1. That's fine.
Okay.
I would prefer it at 3, but it can go number 1. So we should have put Land of the Snakes at number 1.
Yeah, we should have put
Land of the Snakes is
as
personally
1.
one of my favorite J. Cole songs ever.
I agree.
Yeah.
Hey, Joel Embiid is back.
Yes, he is.
They won 2 very important games. They beat the Miami Heat, which we watched on playback.tv/enjoy b-ball. Come and show out with us. And they also beat the OKC Thunder, which is like, yeah, no shade, no J-Dub. But hey, 2 games in, he's looked pretty decent.
He's a good. You could definitely tell his lungs aren't fully there.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of why, like, going into the playoffs is going to be very interesting to see, like, how he plays out throughout a playoff game. Because, like, when you come into playoff time, minutes supposed to ramp up when you're, like, the star player. He's definitely not in no condition to ramp up his minutes. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they play that out.
So they're a game and a half out of the 6th seed.
Which is the Pacers, right?
That's the Pacers. But they're still the 8th seed. They still got to get over Miami, who won last night. And then the Pacers also won last night, too. So
If I'm them, I really want to play the Bucks in the first round.
really, over playing like the Cavs or the Magic in the
I think
first round?
defensively the Bucks.
I'd rather take my chances with the Cavaliers.
That's what I
said.
mean.
The way
The
they
top
playing
end
right
talent
now
is just because since the break, the Cavs have been like 10 and 14.
But I'm just trying to avoid the Celtics in the first round, and I think it's more realistic for them to probably get to that 2 seed.
I mean,
Not to the 2 seed, to the 7 seed.
I see.
we gonna see how just like ready Joel Embiid is, like shape wise when we get to the playoffs. But when I seen him come back and I seen the way he was playing, I was thinking to myself, damn, that could have been a blessing in disguise. They had that long period of time where they struggled and they looked like they started to figure a little bit out before he came back. Tyrese Maxey definitely turned it up a notch again too. And you've seen some of the other players. So them kind of getting that that experience while he was out, I feel like it's going to help him when it comes playoff times because they're a little bit more just like solidified without him in a sort of sense.
That's always my approach with injuries and things like that. That's why, we'll get to that. But I was a big person that was like, I view the Sixers different if he come back now versus at the start of the playoffs. Because, yeah, he is gas, but he's going to have rust. Not in the sense of where he's just going to be garbage or miss every shot, but you know what I mean? It's just,
He
you got to
definitely
get
still
back.
looks fluid
He
on the
does.
court.
But you got to get back into your playing, you know what I mean? Your playing peak. And if you can do that with the last 7-8 games of the year, I'll take that versus throwing them in a fire at the start of a playoff series or the play-in. So I'm actually happy and feeling good for the 76ers, you know, to be able to get this little short window of games where he can, you know, get himself back going, whether it's just his win, whether, you know, it's a certain amount of shot attempts, seeing some double teams in real time is very different in real time against real coverage versus like rehab practices and, you know what I mean, 3-on-3 runs and everything like that. This is good. And to get the team reacclimated because he has been out for a stretch and they have missed him. But, you know, when you start to get cohesion without playing with somebody who takes 20-plus shots a game, it's good to be able to get a chance to get him back in there.
And Kelly Oubre is playing some of his best basketball right now. So maybe now you're going into the playoffs where he got a rhythm, Maxey got a rhythm, Joel now finally got his lungs going. And now you just look like one of the most dangerous teams out east.
What's up with DeAnthony Melton?
No idea. It says a back injury.
He's been out for a very long
But
time.
they didn't say what the back injury was.
I'm
Just
sure they
back.
have said
Oh.
it, but you know, back injuries can be
Back injuries
something
can
that takes
take
a
something
very
that,
long
it take
time.
a long time to recover.
Yeah.
And it's easy to re-aggravate too.
Yeah, I think he's so important that like even with Joel Embiid back, if there's no DeAnthony Melton, I'm not confident in his team making a run.
That's crazy.
Because Buddy Hield can't fill that void is what we're seeing. Because the last game we just watched to him against the Heat, he was awful.
Yeah.
So
He ain't
awful.
making
I think
threes.
I
He
think he
ain't
played
rejuvenating.
like 10 minutes maybe or something like that, where like Nick Nurse is like, man, we know we traded for you for spacing and that you're one of the best off-ball players ever, But Lord knows you're not doing nothing. And if he's not making shots, he's not contributing.
Yeah, that's probably the underrated part with DeAnthony is his ability to hit them threes.
And his defense.
No, I was going to say, we know that. Yeah. I thought that was the well-known thing about DeAnthony Melton, but the way I think he's been around 40%, if not 40% on the year from three.
No, I think the thing is the fact that he can defend because Buddy Hield can make the threes, but Buddy Hield can't do shit for you if he ain't making threes. Something I saw, Embiid has attempted more free throws than Jokic did this year, despite
missing
Jokic playing twice as many games.
That
420 to 413.
It don't. Because, I mean, those free throw numbers for those top guys like Joel Embiid, James. Do y'all remember when James Harden was leading the league in free throws and it wasn't even like close? Yeah. Like he was like almost 2 times as much.
I seen this somewhere and one of the comments says, crazy, Harden has more free throws made than field goals for his career.
Yeah. Stuff like that. It's just like.
That just blew my damn mind. That just blew my mind.
That's what the dude said on it. He said, I've heard this so many times, but I've never checked. That's effing wild.
Yeah, I'm triple checking that.
The dude fact checked it.
Oh my God.
And he shows you the different amount. I just cut it off on the screenshot I had.
That's similar to like the Kawhi has more steals in his career than fouls. Like that's such a ridiculous number. It makes no sense.
James Harden did go through a stretch of just like he also used to get fouled on the 3-point line a lot in his prime. So like it was a lot of times where he would get 3 free throws in a possession versus getting 1 field goal.
It's like 10 off. It's like 10 off.
Yeah.
So like by the end of his career, he'll probably have more field goals made because he's not getting to the foul line as much.
That's still crazy.
But his prime, we talking almost like 900 free throw attempts in a season. 900 free throw attempts in a season. And if you're making 85% of them, that's...
Jokic is a center in the trenches shooting 400 in a year.
Yeah. Wow.
Jokic also plays a different style. Like, he is in the trenches.
He's a big man.
He's a big man. He also, like... He also does a lot of work, like, at the top of the key, like, in that mid-post where he is passing.
That's not where James Harden was
at,
too?
But James Harden was like, da-da-da. Like, he's so decisive and, like, crafty with his movements. Jokic isn't really doing what James Harden was doing.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
But he's doubling his free throw attempt.
I think it's more so.
Even Embiid.
If Jokic kind of like...
He said 900 a year. These dudes are shooting 400. I mean, based off the rate, Joel Embiid would have shot a lot more.
He would have shot a lot more.
But damn. That's still kind of crazy. But that's the point of it. It's like, it's crazy.
I'm trying to think if...
Michael Jordan had a season where he almost put up 1,000 free throws, by the way. 972 free throws his third year of his career.
If Jokic tried to do the same thing...
Well, has LeBron ever had that much?
I wouldn't even say like necessarily flop all the way because I guess all players flop and went in their own way. But it's just like Joel does a lot of extra for the calls.
He does.
And so if Jokic did the same thing, I would imagine he probably would shoot a couple more games.
No, yeah, I'm not advertising for Jokic to do that.
No, it's just I don't know. It's just different. It's different play styles. So I do.
I also don't like Embiid doing it because he sells it so much that
I just don't.
He be on the flow. Like,
what
bro,
makes it the worst is when it ain't work. What makes it worse is when it doesn't work. When he takes a terrible possession or terrible shot, then he about to get a foul
for sure,
and it just looks bad.
Yeah,
you know, that James Harden season is not that high on the list when I look at most free throw attempts in a season.
So I'm guessing Jordan has had more.
Jordan had that one season I just referred to. That was 8th. Wilt Chamberlain got 6 of the first 7.
Oh,
makes sense.
He had 1,300 free throw attempts in a season. The 61,
couldn't be stopped,
years.
And he was bad at free throws.
I'm guessing Shaq is on that list.
Shaq is tied at number 8.
Bad at free throws.
Jerry West is smushed in the middle of there. Charles Barkley had a season. Jerry West.
Boy had that whistle. He said, "Don't touch him."
One day he's going to be the logo.
Yeah. It's that Oscar Robertson that just touched him. That's 2 fouls.
Next bit of news is that Julius Randle is going to have shoulder repair surgery that's going to end his season. It's been up in the air since like January of what's going to happen. He tried to go the route of letting it heal by itself and doing therapy and stuff, but he re-injured it, and they were like, the only option he really has is to have the repair surgery.
Isn't it the same injury you had? Like, didn't he tear his labrum?
Indeed.
Oh, man.
I'm happy for him. Get your surgery, bro. A lot of people hit me up over this. To be honest with you, I'm not really moved by it. We've played a while without Julius Randle, and I'd rather him go get his surgery and get fully healthy than to drop him on our team in the middle or at the beginning of the playoffs, and now we have to reacclimate almost 20 plus shots per game. He was going to be pressing. You know what I'm saying? So I'd just rather keep going. I think we kind of have a little bit of a swagger to us and a little bit of some chemistry that we've developed without him necessarily being there. Now, what I will say is with his absence, we are going to need Josh Hart to not get ejected on bullshit like last night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But get healthy, man. If he wasn't going to be healthy, don't put him in there. He has a specific style and a specific play style that I just feels like he needs to be 100%.
Yes, he does.
And I'm kind of happy for him. I didn't really want to see Julius Randle go through another playoff run and he wasn't fully healthy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I think that's unfair to him. As like the medical staff to put him in that situation. If he was at 80%, I don't think you want to put him out there just for that risk of re-injuring the labrum. Just because, like KB said, it's an easy injury to re-aggravate.
And we've been playing solid. We ain't been playing our best. Don't get me wrong. I'm not here to discredit Julius Randle. Anytime you can have an All-NBA, All-Star type talent, 20-point score a night is good. But we've been solid. We've fared well without Julius.
I want to give a lot of praise to Jalen Brunson for what he's done in the absence of Julius Randle. I mean, he's done it all season, but like he's literally put that team on his back and like has really carried them into staying relevant. Like when you lose a guy like Julius Randle, it's kind of easy for you to kind of fall through the standings. They've stayed pat, and it's also because he makes guys around them better. Everybody feels comfortable. That team has a lot of. Like, it just feels like a different New York team than what we've seen in the past. Probably because they top three guys with Randle out, all went to the same school. They got that Villanova connection. So, like, maybe that's a big reason. But then, like, now they just got OG back. OG is going to come in and be a big part. Maybe Bogdanovich could get his rhythm going a little bit. So, like, there's a lot of good things going here.
I like to have OG back. I think OG is a player. His game is a lot more simpler, so you can drop him right in the midst of everything versus Julius coming in, getting these elbow touches, the mid-range shots. And I like kind of the rhythm that Josh Hart, DiVincenzo, McBride has got.
Man,
you know what I mean?
McBride has been
Bro,
We don't
amazing.
see that with a healthy Julius Randle.
He's been amazing.
And I give a lot of credit to our bigs. Us being the number one offensive rebounding team in the league is so pivotal and so key while missing Julius Randle to get those extra possessions.
That's why I like. You just don't want to go against the Knicks because, like you kind of mentioned, without Julius Randle too, I think that's the kind of part you kind of miss from him is honestly just a shot creation and extra playmaking. I mean, we literally watched Jalen Brunson drop 60 and they still couldn't pull out the W because
the Spurs.
Yeah, and they needed something else, and that's where kind of Julius Randle come in. But y'all fight, bro. Y'all are crazy on the offensive rebounds. I mean, that's Mitchell Robinson came back, but like without him for a long time, y'all been crushing it. That's like Josh Hart and them. Dante DiVincenzo will come in and crash the glass, and y'all press up. Y'all will force turnovers and get in. So y'all do all the little things. It's just putting the ball in the cup sometimes. I think.
You know what I think it's about Miles McBride? He pick up full court. A lot of times on a main basket, he's still picking up the point guard full court and just hounding them. And I just think that's such a good like point of attack thing. Like you kind of set that tone immediately that like I'm on your ass this whole game and you have to feel me. And I love that part about him.
I'm on your ass all game. You're gonna have to feel me. Okay. The thing that sucks about the Randle injury, I think it caps their ceiling this season as a playoff team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because not having that second option is going to be tough. First round, I feel pretty good about majority of their matchups. Second round, I still feel okay. But once we get to the conference finals, and it might have to be a Bucks or it might have to be a Celtics with Julius Randle, that's a series that I have to contemplate. Without him, I don't feel as confident. And I think that's the tough part because in that month stretch where it was OG, it was Randle, and it was Brunson, they were unfuckwittable. They were like 12-1 or something in those 13 games before Randle went down. And now they don't have that. And yeah, a lot of those people have picked up the puzzle pieces like Josh Hart playing 48 minutes every night or Dante DiVincenzo's been great all season, but you still need your top end talent come playoff time. And though Randle has not had a great playoff career so far, even what he did last year would be helpful to the team for hitting their ultimate ceiling.
Yeah, because when you put like the whole offensive load on one guy and tell him to just like bring it home for us in the playoff season, we've seen that kind of don't work. Like it's kind of hard to allow a guy to just do everything. You always need that secondary guy to kind of relieve the pressure, especially when you're not in the game. When Brunson's not in the game, they really do lack that shot creating factor, which I think Julius Randle will be a huge help in that department.
Yeah, this team had these three in their 300 minutes played had a net rating of 26.
That is
26. Now, the silver lining of it all is that Jalen Brunson and OG Anunoby with no Julius Randle is still really good at 26 as well. But that's more limited minutes, even more limited than the 300 minutes that we saw with them together. So who knows what's going to exactly happen? But I think it's a big blow to their ceiling. And
go Knicks, baby. I ain't losing not a minute of sleep over that shit.
Now they get to go into next season fully healthy. Randle, OG, Brunson.
Hopefully.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
hopefully
having labrum repair surgery in April, it's possible that he'll be back for opening day. Maybe unlikely, but it's possible. I guess it depends on the degree of the tear.
Yeah.
Because some people can tear the entire not muscle, whatever it really is.
Yeah.
And you have to repair all of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's gonna look. I guess the first thing you just got to look at is just how he wants contact when he comes back from that. Because I know you obviously have it. It's just
but
like
I'm not an athlete.
I think that's for anything,
we've seen a lot of NBA players come back from a labrum repair and nothing changed at all. It's not one of those injuries like, oh, his Achilles is out. Let's see if he can cut the same way. It's his shoulder. He'll be fine. Like, I'm not worried about him being afraid of contact. He's still Julius Randle.
No, that's why I'm glad he's getting the surgery. I don't want no injured Julius Randle to make some. That's more of a detriment than anything. That's why I'm not losing no sleep. With him with a torn labrum trying to go out there and play.
No, I think the idea was that because I tore this shoulder too, but I didn't have surgery on the shoulder. I went to PT and it healed itself. So that's why he stood away from the surgery.
Yeah, I saw the reports, but it's just like obviously that shit wasn't doing nothing when we got to a certain point, and it's like we still don't have no update. Yeah. So I kind of was prepared to not see him.
Yeah, I mean, just how physical of a player he is, it's probably hard. It's easy to probably re-aggravate that type of injury. So I wouldn't even try it.
But missing him and OG,
yeah, that's tough.
You gotta give me one of them. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fool, but I ain't a damn fool. You gotta give me one.
If you had to pick between the two, would you pick OG for the playoff run, or would you pick Randle?
I'm going OG.
Okay,
I'm going OG.
I was thinking that too. I just didn't know if that was the smart thing to say.
I'm going OG.
Right, he's your plug-in player at this point.
Somebody probably got an argument against it, but you asked me, right?
Yeah.
So that's my answer.
I think it's not the. I think it's the right answer too. I think all the stuff we kind of said good about them, he complements literally exactly that, and then adds the shooting to it. So it's like perfect, honestly, to plug it right back in.
This is my thing, KB. Mm-hmm. And I'm holding back a little bit just because I feel bad for Julius Randle because I think the team was going in such a right direction, and he's a real competitor, and he was here at the start of all of this. So I want him to be around, and I don't want to sound like I am being too critical of him. But his game is so particular that it's like I'm trying to imagine all of everything clicking and throwing him right into it with his particular game, his shot profile, how he got to get his shots, where he's getting it at, all of that just in like at the start of the playoffs. I'd much rather have OG where you can throw him in, he can still sit in the corner, cut, not need the ball as much. I do miss Julius Randle because we done seen the Heat game. It's a few losses that we done had where it's like, damn.
Last night.
Again, Josh Hart. But Mike said it. And I don't want to get into it because it's one of my weaknesses for the Knicks. But the offense gets stalled and stale. It's just like Jalen Brunson pick and roll, and what can you create? Or DiVincenzo, hopefully you got a hot hand this night.
Yeah.
But that's always been Thibodeau's offenses, even with Brunson sometimes. But yeah, I don't want to get too critical on Julius, but his game is very, very, it's hit or miss, man. If it can hinder you sometimes. Mm-hmm. And I like it when Jalen Brunson is the clear-cut guy. And sometimes with them both on the court, not that they can't coexist, because they can, but just in the sense of we have a rhythm as a team. We have a rhythm. So I would much rather him just get fully healthy, and then we'll pick up the pieces.
Where were you when Malachi Flynn dropped 50 points in an NBA game?
I was at home streaming.
Did people just flood into your chat saying Malachi has 50?
Yeah, we was on runs.
Ever since they had told me Kyrie got traded to the Lakers, I got to go check it out.
They petty for that.
Bro, that was like when I first started streaming too.
Oh, yeah, you fell for the bait.
I remember that.
But this was like during the midst of it too. Mm-hmm.
So I was searing chicken in the party while they were playing 2K. Waiting to get drafted, and then I went undrafted.
You went undrafted.
And he'd be wondering why he go undrafted. Searing chicken. during the draft. With the first overall pick, hold up, Commish.
Malachi had never put up 30 points in an NBA game, 40 points in an NBA game. He jumps up to 50, which is in the same conversation as Corey Brewer, who did it back in the day. Same conversation as Tony Delk, who did it back in the day. These dudes.
What college you went to?
No idea.
Big Blue.
Is that the same for Sadiq Bey?
Sadiq Bey had a couple 30 pieces, I'm pretty sure. But I couldn't tell you for sure. I don't know.
Yeah.
But he feels like a guy that might have had a couple 30s.
Shout out Tony Delk, man.
But he did it coming off the bench, which puts him in the same conversation. I was a Kentucky guy? Yes. Puts him in the same conversation as
Terrence Ross.
Corey Brewer, Terrence Ross. But it's just a weird moment in history.
Trying to think of anybody else.
The funny part of it is that I had just recorded an episode of my other podcast, and one of the questions somebody
Mo
asked
Williams came off the bench, I think.
Is who is the most random person that might drop 40 the last week of the season? And that night, Malachi Flynn dropped 50.
It's going to be one of those things that, like, let's say 5 years from now, if you give us a TikTok saying, name the 7 non-All-Stars that didn't drop 50 in the last 5 years.
Maybe we should shoot that after the show.
I was going to say, you just gave us a new TikTok.
We did one of those already.
Are we going to be doing TikToks 5 years from now?
TikTok might be banned 5 years from now. Who knows?
True.
Who knows? But shorts will always be there. Shorts forever.
Shorts will always be there.
I hope we at a level where we're not doing this.
We got to grow the channel, baby. There's nothing to really say about it other than Malachi. Shout out to Malachi for dropping 50. And they still lost.
Didn't he drop 3 the next game?
Did he? They played last night, didn't they?
3.
I'm going to double check.
Don't tell me drop 3.
Please. They
you at least got to get 10.
Last night. You got it, Darrick? I'm struggling to find it.
Oh, you got this Google Malachi.
Oh, wait, I got it. Last night, he scored 3 points. 0 for 12.
Yeah, I thought that's what I had.
0 for 12? Okay. At least he got a shot attempts.
Yes, he used all his superpowers in that game.
At least my Twitter went crazy.
About the Malachi game?
Just showing that old video I did of Malachi breaking down his game.
Sam Hauser also shot 1 of 18 last night. I don't know if y'all watched that game. And he got the potential game-winning shot and missed it.
Yes, he did.
And shout out to Xavier Tillman who cleaned it up. But
it was kind of funny to see the ball in his hands in such a crucial situation.
Yeah, Tatum just sitting while it's the Sam Hauser show.
The Celtics really did just say, hey, King, try to hide this game. We don't really care. And then the Kings still lost.
They still fumbled it. Last piece of news is that Bronny James first entered the transfer portal and then declared for the draft, keeping his options open in case things don't go well, whether it be in his workouts or whatever. Anything to say about this? It was just a big point of talking for a lot of people over the last couple of days.
Well, I'm just glad you said it the right way. I think a lot of people took the news and was like, oh, Bronny in the league. Like, no. Bronny entered the transfer portal and also was going to test his waters. So that's a big difference of entering the draft blindly and entering it while also being in the portal, which I believe every young player should do, not just Bronny James. But if you had a nice little seat, it's good to get the feedback. Even if you feel like, hey, I'm going to go, I would test it just to see what GMs and people are saying, to be able to get good feedback. And now I can take that and go into my next season knowing, hey, they want to see me make this corner 3 more. I need to make this corner 3. Their idea of me is to be this. Oh, okay, I thought I was going to be more like this guy. They want me to be more like P.J. Tucker. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to try to really check those boxes. I read a good article last night that I found. It was just super random. It was called "What It Takes to Stay in the NBA," and it's by Mark Spears. And it's an interview with Draymond, P.J. Tucker, Corey Joseph, Garrett Temple, and Bismack Biyombo. The thing about all of them is they've all played 10-plus years while averaging less than 10 points. Okay. That's why he did those specific people. And they was all answering a bunch of different questions. But I think a lot of the answers, if I was a young player in college basketball with a chance to go to the NBA in some way, shape, or form, those answers is what I would look at. They were saying a lot of real shit where, like, you can last that long by just understanding what you need to bring to a team. You know what I mean? Because everybody's the man in high school. Everybody's important in college if you go into the league. But when you get to the NBA, you might be P.J. Tucker where, like, P.J., like, man, it's times I play 40 minutes, don't have a basket, but I got the highest plus minus. So it's like, I would test the waters for that. You know what I mean? I think Bronny going to get a lot of intel. The interesting thing about it is the Lakers' second-round pick and the feedback. If people are like...
That menacing-ass little chuckle you just did.
You know, I'm just saying, if they feel confident that the feedback wasn't strong and they could probably get him, probably go. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's just if their main thing is him going with his pops.
That's my thing.
Bron might be like, man, just get in the league.
That's my whole thing, because you had a really great kind of spiel on it, but it's just like, it feels like the outside world wants to rush him, but there is really no rush for him.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not like Bron is about to fall off a cliff and retire. Like,
man, we wanted to get his bread. How we gonna survive?
That's what I'm saying. It's not like he needs, like he just needs money and he wants to get to the league. Like,
this NIL deals alone is more than his NBA contract.
Real shit.
It really is.
Real shit.
I think it's just like
he better off staying. To be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah, I'm glad. I hope he does kind of find his own path and it doesn't feel more so like it's just a forced issue to get to play with his pops, or like just get him into the league because it's LeBron James' son. I hope he does find like the right way for him. So
I love that about LeBron and his process too.
Yeah,
LeBron has been on both sides, and we don't know what they saying behind closed doors and in the house. But like on one side, Bron has said shit where like he better than some motherfuckers in the NBA.
Yeah.
Which as a child and as a father, like as both, you want that. Like I would want my dad to blindly be confident of me. But at the same time, he's also said shit like, man, we ain't in a rush. He ain't got to rush. It's his own decision. Sometimes you need that balance of both. Yeah, hype him up. That's your son. Be biased. But then at the same time, you ain't like he biased every time. He ain't saying like, man, no, he need to go. Why would he go? What you mean? Why would you ask me why is he gonna go? Don't you think he should go? He ain't doing no shit like he ain't on a LeVar Ball type shit.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
I wonder how does Bronny deal with all this? Like, there's a lot of attention on him consistently just because he's LeBron James.
He plays a lot of Fortnite.
And like, but like, he should be able to go through this college life like kind of like a normal college player, but he can't because like he's LeBron James' son. Mm-hmm. Or like he even had the heart problem this year. He didn't even get to play a lot this season. So like maybe he wants to experience a full college season. Like we don't know what's really going through Bronny's head, and I hope he's able to like mentally just sit back and like take it and like make his own decision without feeling pressed or pressured by like the media or anything.
One thing I don't want to say I can guarantee, I don't think no decision he gonna make is gonna come based on the media. Personally,
I would hope so.
They don't seem like anything he's done has been. If it was about the media, I don't think he would have went to USC.
Yeah,
to be honest with you,
just like Ohio State, Duke,
some shit like that. It's typical.
The way I always think
USC
about it is like to be LeBron James' son, and it's not like he would just. This year, LeBron, like he's been LeBron James' son his whole life, so it's just like he been putting up with this shit.
I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like
this has been his life.
Yeah, he's been his life for.
It's just funny to hear you say like something like that.
But yeah, it's just like
he's
kind of trained for it already in some sort of way.
Agree,
and I'm sure LeBron has had discussions with him and how to handle things and stuff like that.
I agree. I think Bronny has handled it extremely well to being LeBron.
Yeah, he's still
the
very
only
young.
thing, like this is a dude that we seen had a you dig in a bubble. Remember he was with the Snapchat?
Oh yeah,
he on that Nuggets pack.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
That to me,
Pops is gone. Let me.
That told me everything I need to know about Bronny James. Bronny James got that dog in him.
He do.
He ain't, man, I'm out here doing me. I'm LeBron's son, but I'm still a teenage boy, and I'm finna do whatever the hell I want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Bronny James living his life.
That is so funny. You know his surprise if he didn't put it on his close friends.
Yeah,
that's got to be a crazy feeling.
That man heard them keys get through that door after that bubble and was like, thank you, God, for giving this man a championship in that bubble. He's
right, he came in all happy.
He's like,
he on cloud nine
we ain't doing no parade. They ain't got no parade. Damn, Pops, you that dude, man. I knew y'all was going to win.
That is kind of sad that they don't get a parade for that championship.
I think
they might feel bad for their ass.
They'll be fine.
Right, man, get this dude.
Yeah, I don't know what you on. Should they do a parade now? In 2024 when they're playing?
You know how many parades?
It would look so weird.
You know how many parades the Lakers have had?
They have.
Missing one, they're going to be okay.
They'll be all right.
At one point, they had 3 in a row.
They did.
Before we get to our break, I said last episode I'm going to be giving out awards until we do our official award episode.
I love these.
Which is next episode. Next episode, we're giving the official numbers on the board ballots, okay? Today, it's not an individual awards. I'm doing...
I think that ballot episode going to be boring.
We'll see. I'm doing an all-improvement team. Basically doing all NBA, but people that have improved. So think of most improved player, but 15 people.
I was thinking about doing this for a Drop the Mic. I'm not going to lie.
Okay, well.
MIP list kind of thing.
Y'all tell me if y'all agree or disagree with the names. And I went traditional, 2 guards, 3 forwards.
Love it.
First guard on the all-improvement first team is Tyrese Maxey. No debate. He's probably going to win the actual award.
I didn't know what direction you were going because last episode you did guys that weren't like the obvious answer for the award, but this I like how you.
This one's up and down. It's some obvious names. So the first team is all obvious except for this second guard, Jalen Brunson.
Oh, okay.
He went from a all-star caliber player to a superstar in one season. You have to get some type. Now I know all NBA or all not all most improved. I like it the Larry Marketing way. I don't like the Ja Morant stuff, but God damn it, Jalen Brunson's been phenomenal. First forward is Jalen Johnson. Okay. Now, he won't get real buzz because he won't hit 65 games. This is my goddamn show. I don't really care about that today.
Talk your shit.
Second forward is Jalen Williams. Another guy. He's year number 2. Typically, year number 2 players don't get the love. It's my show. I don't give a damn. The last forward on my first team is Alperen Sengun, who won't hit the 65 games in real life either, but he's been phenomenal this year. Second team.
Okay.
This is where I have Kobe White as the first guard on the second team.
Love it.
Very streaky. The last month or so has really tanked his real odds of getting the real award, but still Kobe White gets the nod. Second guard is Jalen Suggs. He's now a real three-point threat. He's an all-defensive caliber player, and he is one of the heart and soul pieces of that young Orlando Magic team. First forward is Duncan Robinson.
Okay.
Put the ball on the floor, highest 2-point rating or a percentage of his shots of his career, and he's back to being like a real player. Last year, he wasn't really a real player.
Until it came playoff time.
Until the playoffs.
Yeah.
Then we have Aaron Nesmith.
Oh,
who has been one of the best parts about the Indiana Pacers season. And my last forward on team number 2 is Jonathan Kuminga.
Okay.
My last team.
I like team number 2 a lot.
My last team, Dante DiVincenzo is my first guard.
I knew he was going to be on this list.
40% three-point shooter, 9 attempts. He's been a phenomenal.
Gotta have that boy on the list.
Second guard is Grayson Allen.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you hitting at the clip that he's hitting at compared to last season where he was almost unplayable, then that's pretty damn good. First forward on third team is Denny Abdia, who's basically had jumps across the board. He's jumped up 10% in three-point percentage and all of this stuff.
Watch his elbow, Mike.
I got you.
Second forward is my guy Herb Jones, 40% three-point shooter. He's been used more as a ball handler this season, doing great stuff.
Finally, that was the most underrated part of his college game.
The last guy on my list is Peyton Watson. Went from unplayable to really important piece on a potential championship team.
I like it.
Anybody missed in y'all opinions?
I mean, Ayo Dosunmu's improved a lot this year.
Yeah.
Isaiah Hartenstein.
Isaiah Hartenstein's a good one. I couldn't put 2 Bulls. They're below 500. Mm-hmm. If y'all got 2 people improving and we still suck, something's wrong.
Colin Sexton has had a very good season.
I do not watch Utah Jazz.
My boy. He stopped playing, though. But damn, he improved. Jonathan Isaac.
Oh, John Isaac.
Yeah.
What's my boy name? Gogo Badatse.
Okay,
he did.
But I mean, he did stop playing.
Yeah.
He did stop playing.
Gogo was having a great season till Wendell came back.
He held it down.
Yeah, he did.
And he was so okay with just being non-rotational piece again.
I don't blame him. Shit, I got my shine. And also, he kind of showed the lead that he still is a competent NBA center. Maybe other things going to call.
Vince Williams. Grizzlies.
Vince Williams.
Vince, what did he do last year?
Shit.
I thought this. I will not lie to you. I thought this was his rookie season.
Is it? Oh,
I thought it was his first season in the league.
I thought he was like a G League guy who just kind of burst upon the scene.
No, he played 15 games last year.
Oh,
that's a good call.
Because this was like the first 23? Time I ever really heard his name.
Yeah,
VCU.
But it makes sense because he just popped off.
And because last year when he was playing,
Devin Vassell also.
It was 2 minutes per game.
Devin Vassell is also a guy.
So I was going to do this list of in-season improvements.
Okay.
Where like you started off right here and now we're in April, you look so much better. It would have been like Jalen Green, obviously.
Okay.
Devin Vassell was on the first team, but it's hard to find 15 players that did that. Jalen Williams would have been on that team too. But it's hard to do. Ayo Dosunmu would have been on that team because we've seen him do that.
A guy who I wish had more time. Hopefully he can be on this list next year. Jared Butler, Washington. Okay. He got his full
full contract now.
Yeah, so hopefully he could be on this list. I'm trying to think. I think that's a lot of good names though. But I feel Amir Coffey. Amir Coffey.
I'm not mad at that.
He's actually playing real minutes now.
Yeah, Amir Coffey. Some guys y'all want to see on the next year. I would love to see Marjon Beauchamp get his stuff.
I was like, bro, he's getting a lot of run. You know, honestly, like he's gonna be one of those players that they kind of need when it comes playoff time to provide a little bit of like production.
PJ Washington might be a guy that could be on that list next year.
Dante Exum.
Dante Exum, yeah.
He fought his way back to the league, baby. Sam Morrell.
Sam Morrill's not a bad guy to have on this actual list.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, Sam Morrill
Or
could have
Peyton
made
Watson. Not Peyton Watson.
Peyton Manning.
Peyton Richard. Peyton
Pritchard.
Pritchard. I keep saying this.
Peyton Pritchard would have made
Pritchard.
the in-season improvement team for sure. But yeah, Sam Morrill is an 8-point per game scorer.
Man, he had a stretch where he was lighting it up.
Did y'all know for 2 years straight, Sam Morrill shot 100% from 2?
From 2?
Mm-hmm.
What's the volume?
It's not at all.
It's gotta be like 2 or 3.
It's not at all. I was trying. 2 years ago, he attempted 1 2-pointer and hit it.
Okay.
And last year, he attempted 4 2-pointers and hit it. So Sam Morrill, we see you, big fella.
What's he shooting this year?
Don't ask that.
Oh.
We only highlight the good parts of people's games.
I thought he kept the streak going.
No, he did not.
Oh, Lionel Ben.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Delano.
And you know what's going to be crazy? It's going to be a lot of people in the comments naming some bullshit.
Yeah.
One of their favorites.
But hey, be sure to leave comments. It helps the algorithm. All right, so when we come back from this break, we'll be given the biggest weakness for every NBA championship contender. Stay tuned.
Why should you bet with Caesars Sportsbook? 2 words, Caesars Rewards. Every bet brings you closer to the type of benefits only Caesars can offer. Hotel stays, VIP experiences, sports and concert tickets, and more. It's not just an app, it's an empire.
How we feeling, fellas?
Feeling good.
How many teams did y'all even put on the contender thing? Because I'm glad we left it ambiguous.
Oh, we did do contender. I'm mad at myself.
You did every playoff team?
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that either.
I got
teams.
4 East teams and 5 West teams.
Give us your first East team. Let's talk
My
about
first
it.
East team was the Celtics. For them, it's been the same thing all season for me, is getting to the rim. They're 27th in the league at getting to the rim. They're ranked 24th in free throw attempts per game. So that, to me, just shows that they're not really attacking the basket like that. They shoot a lot of long twos and a lot of threes. The long twos is, I know when it come playoff time, the mid-range game, we see it come back to life. Where like in the regular season, you do see a lot of threes, but you got to get the easy ones, man. You got Tatum and Brown on your team. Porzingis is one of the best post-up players when you talk about attacking mismatches, but like no one's getting to the foul line, and I think that's just where you get your easy buckets when it comes playoff time. Because when a team is scheming against you and you got the best perimeter defender on you all the time, which Tatum will have, you got to get their ass in foul trouble. You got to get the OG Anunoby off you. You got to now have to put somebody else. You got to now have to put Bogdanovich on you. Now you get an easier matchup. Now you get to attack somebody who's not as talented as OG on the defensive side of the ball. So when you're not letting the defense consistently put their best play on you consistently throughout the game, because they're not gonna be in foul trouble, it kind of makes it hard on you.
Yeah, I put shot diet, so I'm in a very similar situation as you. They did have a stretch last month where they went like 5 straight games where they were getting to the basket and like, oh, okay, we know they can do it, but will they do it come playoff time? We saw a few games. I mean, last night is a good example of this as well. Even though they ended up winning this one, down the stretch, how does the offense look? I hate how modern offenses are down the stretch. I think we've had this conversation before. The Celtics fall into this as well. I think every team falls into it is like, oh my God, it's a 3-point game with 2 minutes ago. Tatum, isolation, please. Isolation, please. Or LeBron, isolation teams. It's just the way it is. But I don't love their shot diet. And I compared it to like other championship teams in recent history. It's definitely a lot different. Like the Denver Nuggets are not a team that was getting to the basket in the top 10 rate, right?
Yeah.
But they were at least middle of the pack. And we know that they have one of the best rim finishers in the league. So they know how to do it when it's necessary. The highest volume 3-point shooting team to win a championship in recent history, if they do it, which is something.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I think shot diet.
Yeah, I had put down decision making, and I kind of like was one of the categories I had alongside it was kind of the shot diet, because like D-Mill said, a lot of times when the shot is not falling, they'll tend to just keep shooting it opposed to getting to the rim. But this was another thing that you just kind of poke out with them. You know, it's just like it's hard to say they haven't kind of crushed it this year. I mean, there's 60 wins in. And then for most time, it feels like they're just blowing teams out the water. They do have some games they lost, and it's like again, it's hard to poke at it. But I think it's just going to come down to like the decision making and the turnovers, whether it be from Coach Mazzulla to calling timeouts or having late game possessions, the final couple seconds on the shot clock, what your possession going to look like. I think that all falls back on them. I think this is a team that honestly they're going to have to beat themselves this year, or not let themselves beat themselves this year for them to be successful.
I agree with everything Mike said.
Beautiful.
Mike, give us another team.
I'm actually kind of, it's going to sound crazy as a Knicks fan. I'm actually kind of rooting for the Celtics. I was in a barbershop yesterday, and the shit that I get, it's the barbershop.
It's the barbershop.
But
everything said in the barbershop got to be taken with a
shit
little.
They were saying about like Jason Tatum and the Celtics, it just make you think that they just sucked.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I get it. Be critical.
I've never seen a team be this damn dominant and people not believing it.
You feel me?
They have the
like,
third best net rating in the history of basketball, in the history of the game, and people are like, but the Bucks, when the Bucks are 500 since Doc Rivers came to town,
with some of the ugliest losses, like lost 3 in a row to just shit.
Teams that ain't doing shit.
The Raptors.
Teams literally that don't care
the
about
Wizards. Tristan Vucevic.
The Memphis Grizzlies.
Okay.
Yes, man. Oh, man.
Y'all want to go to the Bucks?
Yes.
And you talking about the Celtics?
For the Bucks, I went their depth.
They can't hear it.
I went their depth. I think we were saying a little bit too with like when the
That's
players
why
sit
they
out.
struggling. Doc calling plays. They ain't like.
Who used that as an excuse before? They said they couldn't hear the play call because the arena too loud.
Oh,
Y'all don't remember that?
I remember this, but I don't remember who.
Was it a
Is it
basketball
recent?
game?
I feel like it was a couple. I think it might have been like either the Kings arena or maybe the Warriors arena. They was like we couldn't hear
I
because it's too
slightly
loud.
remember this.
I remember Steve Kerr said that the Suns arena sounds like a damn club on South Beach.
No, but for the Bucks, I put their depth. We kind of see it right now with Dame sitting out some games and then Giannis sitting out some games. Like they're just not as good as there should be as a team with 2 superstars on their team. Obviously, Chris Middleton, you still need him to be like the regular Chris Middleton we kind of seen over the last couple of years, and it's just hard to expect him as he's getting older. Same thing with Brook Lopez, and it's just like the depth is not, or their bench is not crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's like Cameron Payne, Marjon Beauchamp. Obviously, Patrick Beverley has been, solid on defensive level. They still need him to kind of put the ball in the cup, but it's like there's a lot of holes missing, and then with all the holes missing, you need your 2 guys to be at the top of their level, and it's just like you got to worry about. Obviously, Giannis is coming back from his injury. I don't know how serious it is because, like I said, this is the end of the season, but it is listed as hamstring, so you always got to worry about that and his liability to miss a game or two, and you worry about yourself putting into another hole.
I think they learned a lesson last year.
Yeah.
He going to play through it.
Yeah.
I got they don't offensive rebound enough, in my opinion, with the size that they have. Well, Brook Lopez, it's not.
He's historically not a rebounder.
Bro, you know what I seen? I just seen he's like, I think he got his like 2nd or 3rd double-double of the season.
That's disgusting.
As a 7-foot center,
disgusting.
bro. He just got it.
Transition defense.
And then I also seen something crazy about it. Talking about how maybe it wasn't 2nd or 3rd, but it was like single-digit double-doubles.
The fact that it was single digits.
Yeah, but another thing I seen too, speaking about how like their role player or supporting cast isn't as of the same. It was something where Brook Lopez only had like 5 or 6 25-point games over the course of the season.
That's more understandable.
It is with Dame there, but it's just like I don't know what it was last season, but it's just like the comparing it to his low,
Transition defense, and the backcourt defense, even some of the interior defense.
Screens,
team shoot
getting
well
around the screens be tough for them boys. Or just open court, which is tough for anybody, but it's like, damn, you let him blow past you.
Yeah, and the Bucks are a team where I look at them and I'm like, I like them. I like Giannis. I like Dame. I like them people. But like then I watch and it's like, dog, I did not watch this Wizards Bucks game because I didn't think I had to. And y'all not only are struggling, y'all about to lose. Last night I made a tweet about all of the different like upsets in the team, and I put Bucks losing because I felt they were going to come back and eventually win against the Raptors, and they lost.
Yes, they did.
And it's like,
they would have
man.
won. Dame fouled out. Dame fouled out.
Yeah, and it was
he was literally giving them like bucket for bucket.
He was giving them buckets,
and he fouled out. So it's like Chris Middleton.
And I get it, Bucks
out.
fans. They're going to say, man, you're on the same play. But, man, y'all should be able to take the Raptors. Without
y'all still have Dame, Chris Middleton, Brook Lopez.
There was no Scotty Barnes on the other side.
Oh,
we can't do that. That team had lost like 14 straight games.
Yeah,
they're actively trying to lose so they can keep their pick. They're trying to lose games, and you gave it up. Before I give mine, right now there's too many variables to game the system. Right, there are not going to be teams trying to lose to try to get the 3 seed because they're forward in this team in the play-in. But the Bucks losing to 3 straight really, really, really bad teams got me thinking that these motherfuckers is trying to game the system. Avoid Miami, avoid Philly. Let's get to that 3 so we can play the Pacers. Now, again, Miami's a half a game behind, so it's. I'm not saying it's what happening, but I want to put a conspiracy hat on to see.
That's why they set Dame. Then they just set Giannis. Once Dame come back,
F it.
They don't care about the two
They
seed.
both ain't feeling well. They was hanging out, being teammates, and they got each other sick. Damn it.
No, it's not real because obviously anything like the Heat can win 2 games and now they're in the 6th spot. Now you're like, damn, we tried to avoid them and now we playing against them. But it is pretty particular. You should be able to beat
They know the
those
Heat
3
ain't
teams.
doing that.
Last night the Heat looked
I'm just
good.
talking. I like the Heat. I like the piss off Heat fans.
My thing about the Bucks though, Doc Rivers, I think is their biggest weakness, and I don't like the lack of rim pressure outside of Giannis. Giannis is gonna bring it. He's gonna get to the rim at will, but the others don't get to the basket at all.
Middleton
It's really just a
pull-ups,
Giannis show.
Beasley shooting, Dame shooting,
Bobby Portis,
Brooks
we know
shooting.
he getting his little mid-range ISOs.
Game
Connaughton
last
spotting
night,
up.
it felt like Dame did get to the basket, but a lot of times it was like 5-10 foot jumpers he was hitting. And I was like, yeah, you gotta hit those.
Yeah.
But those are
Me
tough shots to
with the
consistently
Bucks
hit.
was defensive rotation, staying in front of people. Seems like they always letting the guards get their 2 feet in the paint. Once you allow a guard to get 2 feet in the paint, you just
It's over.
It's over with at that point. So, and now you got somebody got to send help, kicking out the shooters. Now you closing out, attacking. They rotations suck. And last night, Andre Jackson, it seemed
Junior.
like Doc Rivers just found out who he was.
Hey, facts.
Yes, Doc Rivers literally just found out that Andre Jackson is a plus basketball player.
What college you went to?
Andre Jackson went to, I don't remember.
UConn.
Okay.
Bingo.
But he said in a press conference that Andre Jackson stood out to us last night.
did?
And he said it wasn't anything he done statistically. He said that guy just plays really hard.
Hell no.
He had a play where he like saved the ball and threw it off the Raptors. Like, oh yeah, that's what he could do. But that's unbelievable though.
Yes, he literally said that he just plays really hard. He said that shouldn't stand out, but it does. And I'm just like, there's no way Doc just found out Andre Jackson plays hard.
Now give me grace. I'm not checking for a Doc Rivers interview these days. Not on a 3-game losing streak. But dog, really?
Yes.
Really? He could have called me and I could have gave him a full breakdown of every play on that roster when he first got the job. And those would have been the 3 to 5 words I would have said about Andre Jackson. He's young, but he plays hard. He's going to do shit that doesn't show up in his stat box. He's going to give you all effort.
Yes.
That's crazy. That is, honestly speaking, like it's funny and it's a joke.
Yeah.
That's a damn shame.
Yeah.
That is a damn shame, Doc Rivers. You're from Chicago. Get your shit together. Up here defending you and shit, and you don't even know who Andre Jackson is. Just from a basketball perspective. Your son, Austin Rivers, I see he keep up with the game. He could have told you something about Andre Jackson.
I think it's
Or anybody on the coaching staff that stayed around. Because Andre Jackson was like kind of in the rotation under Griffin.
And I like
you know why? Because he played hard.
Yeah,
that's literally why.
I love me some Andre Jackson, for sure. Ever since you could like
And it makes
dude,
sense now that Doc Rivers, the moment Doc Rivers stepped in that, Andre Jackson really felt the rotation.
I would try to develop Andre Jackson to be Herb Jones-esque.
I wouldn't.
Not that he's going to be that, because I think he's a little bit smaller. Herb Jones is out of this world defensively, but like a guy that starting off on defense, hustle plays, but the more confidence he get, it'll start to unlock, knock down that jumper, give him the ball a little bit. Because I love the way
they lacking at the Bucks
for sure,
especially without Pat Bev. They just don't have that guy that play hard. Bobby Portis does bring the energy, but he's more of like he's gonna get his buckets type of energy.
He gonna get his.
Andre
do his job.
Andre Jackson is supposed to be a steal for them.
Yeah.
That's the type of he's supposed to be. That's the prototypical type of player as a good team that's never going to have a high lottery pick or anything like that. You want those type of players that can come in and do something that can impact the game immediately, but in a very small way.
Yeah.
And then it just grows over time when guys start to get too expensive or they age out of the rotation. Now he has early playoff experience. He's developed something in part of his game that was a weakness, and you give him a little bit more responsibility each and every playoff year, and then boom, you got a guy who was a quote-unquote second-round pick next to 2 All-NBA talents, and you good. And you just keep the cycle going. That's what really great teams do. They tripping.
Here's some stats. Under Adrian Griffin, other than the first 2 weeks of the season, Andre Jackson Jr. played every single game unless he was inactive, which was a 2-game stretch. Then Doc Rivers took over. He has a DNP coach's decision in 55% of the games that Doc Rivers has coached. 55%. So he went from an everyday player. And an everyday player, he was averaging 10 minutes per game. I don't want to make it seem like he was a 30-minute per game guy. But now, under Doc, He's missed half of these games, and I'm counting this one. It's 37 seconds.
Yeah.
This one's 1 minute. This one's 3
So
minutes. This is garbage time. This is all garbage time. Last night and the game before that versus Memphis were the 2 games where he played under Doc that wasn't garbage time. I'm looking at it. He played 13 minutes here, but they won by 36.
Yeah.
Giannis didn't play in the fourth quarter.
He might not get them minutes if he never showcased that.
Yes, it's kind of insane. All right, what's the next team? Oh, I'll give a team now. The OKC Thunder. Okay. I'm kind of grasping for straws here. I'm assuming that somebody here might have the rebounding, which is a big thing.
I
don't
want
to go
in the front court.
Okay, right. So that's like the obvious one. The one thing for me though, just trying to find a way to be different, and so we don't have the same answers, is a lot of their defense is predicated off of turnovers. And come playoff time, it's a little bit harder to generate turnovers. It's a reach, but something.
And I put something a little bit on the opposite end, but I think it connects too. It's just like adjusting a little bit to the offense. I think a couple months ago, they was probably about the hottest team in the NBA. Like Shea was dropping, a couple picks on IG and 30 on your favorite team every night. But it's kind of slowed down a little bit, and they're hitting a little bit to that reality. And I think Coach Dayton was talking about it in one of the previous games and saying that, like, every team you should just double Shea. And they used to open up the floor a little bit, and it'll make the offense easier. But again, if you keep them in that half court, it's gonna toughen it up. And I mean, they're still a very young team. There's like they're gonna have to find their way through. And again, the playoffs is not the way you kind of want to find that.
I mean, luckily for them, Josh Giddey is playing extremely better than what he played at the beginning of the season. So maybe this gives them some more confidence to where like the offense doesn't look as stagnant, because now you have another guy who can push a tempo, push the break. He's a big guard. He's a mismatch when he is playing good. It's just when his shot isn't falling, now they just put the center on him. Now the center just roams, and then it does kind of clunk shit up for him. But for the most part, they've missing Shea and J-Dub these last few games. I think they're just resting. They're just getting them ready for the playoffs. I think they kind of just said we don't really care about chasing for the number 1 seed. And I'm all with it. They pretty much locked in at a top 3, top 4 seed, so might as well just rest and then go into the playoffs. You're still going to have home court advantage probably through the first 2 rounds, go on the road in the conference finals if you do make it. They probably feel like they can go into any arena and win.
I agree with everything else. I don't want to waste time like I'm got a laundry list of things for the Thunder. Y'all mentioned rebound and everything. That's cool.
Who's Minnesota?
Sure.
I had the offense can become stagnant in some games. That's pretty much
somebody was on here telling you that some months ago.
I know.
And y'all had a nice little debate.
Yeah, they still are the 26th clutch offense in basketball.
Yes, they are. And it's
you want to hear the teams that are right below them?
Probably Portland.
No, Portland has a better clutch clutch net rating than this team.
The Wizards.
The Wizards are dead last at minus 37, which you know how hard it is to be minus 37 in the clutch?
Yes.
The Wizards are doing that right now. The Pistons are 29th. The Heat are 28th. The Pelicans are 27th. And then you got the Minnesota Timberwolves.
The Heat and the Pelicans being in that company and the Timberwolves being in that company just sound disgusting.
Mm-hmm. But we saw it on playback when the Heat couldn't score for the last 5 minutes of the game. Or with the Pelicans against OKC. OKC ended the game on a 13-0 run. Like it's the same thing. I've been reiterating it all season long, but Minnesota's clutch offense is bad.
Yeah, but for the Pelicans, though, they have Zion, Brandon Ingram, and C.J. McCollum on their team. Mm-hmm. How do you struggle in the last 5 minutes of the game?
He said the same thing about the Suns, too.
Yes. But luckily the Suns started to turn that shit around. But,
the Suns just the worst fourth quarter scoring team in the league.
Yeah.
Which is...
Kevin Durant and D-Book been so damn hot, though.
Here's another stat. They have a double-digit negative net rating in clutch, right? They're minus 14. In the history of basketball, there's only been one team to make it to the NBA Finals with a negative 10-plus net rating in the fourth quarter. Can y'all guess what team?
Miami Heat?
The Miami Heat of last season.
It made sense. That seemed
That's
like
the only one.
And it was last year's, right?
Yep, last year's Miami Heat.
No, stop playing with you.
So just the odds are against you if you're a bad clutch team.
Yeah, because I mean...
Which makes sense.
Yeah. Especially without Karl-Anthony Towns.
If you're ugly, you probably can't get a bad wife. Unless you're rich.
That's what I was about to say. Unless you got
There's
the money.
that one nugget that you can make it happen technically, but it ain't like
I said the dude shorter than KB sitting with a dime at the Bulls game. Hey, by me and D-Mill. Dime. Not a quarter, but a dime.
Okay.
She looked
They talking trades in our fantasy chat because Shane Bieber's out. So if you got a pitcher that you want to trade away,
I'm doing so well that I don't want to feed into it. I'm telling dude so short. He said, Mike, he was like this. You good, sweetheart? And she was like this. I'm fine.
You see how low them seats was? I seen him swinging his feet.
Oh, that's crazy.
She was like this.
That's crazy.
I'm fine.
He's crazy.
What did I see? I now think we're gonna get to the part where it'll be a little bit better. Some of these teams, like I would love to talk about the Pelicans. What are the Pelicans' biggest weaknesses?
I got the exact same thing.
Yeah, that's what I had.
Same thing as the Timberwolves.
The clutch.
Yeah. The Denver. We didn't do.
We haven't done Denver. No,
we skipped over
It's
them.
another team that's
They're a
like,
team that they don't get to the free throw line. You know what I mean? A lot of people talk about the Celtics. They don't get to the free throw line. I think they're 28th and they're 28th in free throws attempted per game and 29th in free throws made, and they don't force turnovers. But again, we nitpicking.
Yeah.
And
I was gonna
they're
say,
second to last in bench production in the league. So for me, that's just shows that Jeff Green, Bruce Brown, those guys being gone is significantly being missed.
What were they last year with them?
Let's see if I can find it.
The other thing I had down that just kind of sticks out when you look at some of their numbers is just like how the difference in seems their home record and their away record. The away record, they look a little bit more beatable. When they're at home, I don't know if you could
That
really mess
altitude.
with them.
Plus, we've been in that building.
Yeah.
That building is underrated.
Your chance, you got to get them when you at home, man.
I know it might be Denver, but that building was electric.
Yeah.
That mug was rocking, and that was just a home opener.
That was a home opener.
Yeah, playoffs gonna be a little crazier.
Yeah, nitpicking on mine. I said
Actually, last year they were
second to last as well last year.
I
don't know what stats you're going
I'm
by.
on StatMuse right now. I said,
what are y'all looking
What
at?
NBA teams has the highest scoring bench in 2023?
Oh, you're only looking at scoring. I was looking at net rating,
Oh, okay.
and they were second to last in net rating.
They're not top. They're at the bottom.
If they
It's
net
the
rating that
scoring,
low, they
yeah.
scoring probably ain't no shit.
Which is I thought Bruce Brown and Jeff Green. Maybe it's just they did a lot of the other things that didn't show up. But yeah,
I mean, your bench don't have to be the highest scoring, but if you got people that can produce, they had moments.
Yeah.
They had moments. You
I
know
was
what
gonna
I
say
mean?
they just need a compliment. Honestly, if you could find like a sub for say, took out KCP or whatever, and you put in Bruce Brown, he don't have to take over or anything. He just has to compliment that group of guys until one of those starters comes back
For
in.
sure.
So he just
as
have
long
to
as you
play.
ain't hurting the starters'
Yeah.
production, I think you should be good.
Yeah.
And
And
Bruce Brown had moments. Christian Brown had a moment in the playoff. Remember, we got that card. He had like 30, or he didn't miss a shot, something like that. As long as you have guys that can give you some moments throughout each series, I think you're good.
Yeah.
Now, of course, you would. Don't get me wrong. You would love to have a high scoring bench, and you could rely on that. But
and the Nuggets do a thing where like sometimes they play Aaron Gordon at the 5 while Jokic isn't in the game. Kind of gives them a little bit more versatility, make them a little bit play faster. So
what you put in your beard this morning?
Conditioner.
Shining.
oil.
Definitely shining.
Shining, bro.
I'm trying to wake it up a little bit, help it grow a little bit more.
I feel that. You be picking it out?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
My thing for the
Get it
Nuggets,
braided at the bottom.
nitpicking, they don't run in transition, but who cares?
Yeah.
I mean,
They got one of the cleanest half-court
Yeah,
offenses.
They like us. I think
Yeah.
they right below, in front of us for the slowest pace. We 30th.
Yeah.
They might be 29th.
I mean, if I'm playing with Jokic, why am I playing fast?
Yeah, but
That's why I said
he can find you.
he
Yeah.
nitpicking.
Yeah.
Next team, Clippers.
I'm gonna be real with y'all. This one, I kept it as simple as possible. That inflation in Kawhi knee, there's nothing on my mind. But besides that, I don't care. This is the same shit that happened last year when he was killing the Suns. Wasn't it the Suns?
Yeah.
And the knee just
It's something
swelled up?
every year. It's something
Well, yeah.
every
It
year.
is something every
It's something every
But
year.
with that, what was scary about that is that they said it was just like a knee swelling, but then it ended up being something more serious to where he.
That's why this is
and
scaring me.
yeah.
'Cause they
Just a
saying-
knee swelling just swelling sounds terrible to me. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's not an ACL tear.
It's just swole.
But if anything is swollen, I'm worried about it.
Yeah.
Especially something like a joint.
What did he miss the last 3 games?
Yeah.
And they saying it's just information.
I
Oh,
love
okay.
Kawhi though, because some people miss a game and they just don't. I mean, they there with the team. When Kawhi is missing a game, he is not with that team, bro. He will leave the arena mid-game, which
Yes.
we saw him do this
Yes.
season.
Twice.
He's like, man, I got to worry about me right now, and I love that about him.
They probably be like,
why stay at work?
You ain't gonna come to the game? He like, probably be like this.
I'll see y'all
Why
on
if I'm
TV.
not playing?
My thing for them, they're 28th in transition defense. No team has ever won a championship being bottom 5 in transition defense, bro.
That actually does. That
sounds
crazy.
nasty.
They have Kawhi and Paul George on the team.
28th.
Nasty.
Nasty. 28th in transition
Sound like
defense.
mashed potatoes with ketchup on it.
Yeah.
I also just got a parentheses themselves. They be beating themselves a lot.
I just put volatile.
Sure.
Like I feel like they show sometimes where they could be one of the, especially earlier a couple months ago, how they showed how good they could be.
Boy got a dictionary for his homework he did.
Volatile.
But again, you see that sometimes they just, I don't know, they just don't look like the Clippers that we've seen a couple months ago.
I want to see Paul George go somewhere and just hoop.
He's a Philly guy. He's going to Philly, bro. No sources.
I would love it.
Philly's going to pursue him very heavily.
I'm kind of over the Clippers shit.
He's going to get a bag.
That's why I couldn't be your agent. Somebody trying to stay somewhere their whole career. I'm like, nah, man, you need to spice it up. I want to see you wear a coat. Your whole career, you've been in hot weather. Go somewhere with some snow on the ground.
Well, at All-Star Weekend, it seemed like he was like, I'm tired of All-Star Weekend being in these cold cities. That's what kind of made me think he wasn't going to leave L.A. Maybe he wants to stay somewhere where it's warm all year. Or
maybe he was saying that to completely shut down the fact that he's not going back to Indiana.
Oh, I was thinking that too. That was the first thing I heard.
Stop asking me. I'm here.
Indiana.
I played here. I get it. Dog, I'm not coming here. I'm making my dude more PJ Tucker-ish. Like the dude I already got, I'm going to just make him look like PJ.
Another thing I had is James Harden shooting.
You been grinding your dude?
No, I haven't. I should have.
Please continue.
I baited you.
No, James Harden shooting. James Harden's been quietly going through a slump.
Yeah, he hasn't been
loud
pretty,
to me.
It's been, maybe it's picking up a little bit more, but I feel like
yesterday he had a triple-double, I think. I think. It ain't.
And then just pure toughness. They don't have that tough guy on their team. Well, PJ Tucker is, but he's not. I don't think he's not playing at a consistent enough rate for me.
He locked up Jokic on that last possession, though.
Yeah,
I'm just talking.
that's really it. If they could add some, they not adding shit. But like just toughness, maybe Russell Westbrook's gonna be that guy that just brings it when it comes playoff time. That just gives them that spark.
What about the Cavs?
I'll see what I have for the Cavs. The Cavs, I have Garland consistency on offense.
I put Donovan Mitchell's shooting struggles.
I put not a contender. So that's what I put. Are y'all worried about them at all? Again, 10 and 14 since the break.
Listen, I'm extremely worried. You know what I'm even worried about though? The Donovan Mitchell rumors that sparked up
They're coming
right
back
before
baby.
the playoffs.
Yeah,
right before. They saying the Spurs.
Dan Gilbert said like, yeah, we feel pretty confident in extending him, and Donovan Mitchell was like, hold on now, let's relax real quick. Which I think is the right thing to do. You don't want to pull a Kyrie and say, I'll be happy to be here if y'all have me, and then be gone.
Julius Randle for Donovan.
Why we just gonna run 3 bigs now?
They did it with Larry.
No. Larry's a different beast.
At least, Larry's a consistent
3-team
shooter.
trade. Y'all can get Julius. Cavs get DeMar. We get Donovan.
That sounds terrible for the Cavs.
Imagine Garland and DeMar on the same court.
They might win
Defensively,
50.
it just sounds a little.
But who's on the back end?
Jared.
They'll be fine.
Yeah.
I took the screenshot because it just didn't even sound right. And I mean, I always don't like to look at numbers, but Donovan Mitchell's plus minus over the last couple of games, -8. Or -8, -27, -7,
I'll be
-15,
understanding what you mean,
-6.
Mike.
Yes,
You
we
be
all
putting it
got
out
our
the
very
wrong way.
specific roles on this show. But you coming out on a podcast about sports saying, I don't like to look at numbers now.
But no, it's
just
funny. Numbers could be misleading without context.
We get what you mean.
Yeah, yeah.
But
So
for
it's just
Donovan
funny.
Mitchell, you would think like usually it's like when he's on the court, the team is like elevated. It just has been the same, bro.
Yeah, no, he hasn't looked the same. He looks cool in a mask, though. Gonna have some pictures for it. Remember? No, take that
Mask
back.
He just need to wear a Spider-Man mask.
Can you imagine?
That would be dope.
He did a Spider-Man mask.
I think they have to be either black or clear in the NBA. But what if he did have a
the
spray
black
paint
Spider-Man
on?
man.
Why do they have to? Why can't I just spice it up a
It
little?
can hide your eyes.
It's like he's somebody coming out in the Joker mask.
Give you an unfair advantage.
I know a person that would play in a Joker mask. Shout out to Debo.
You
can't tell me Debo
with the
when-
Joker
when,
socks.
Yes.
He had
Bro,
Joker socks.
Bro,
We were in the
Debo
game.
had Superman with the cape socks trying to hoop in them, bro.
In game.
a real game.
In the
cape
game.
on?
Yes.
Got the
Slide
cape
off.
on
Yes.
flying.
Oh, man.
Shout out to Debo.
That's
man.
why. See, they hate me as a coach. I'll be like, "Come here.
I
If
would
you
have rolled
don't
him
take
up.
that shit off in 5, minutes.
I love playing with Debo, though.
You off my team.
You never know what was going to happen.
You off my team.
I remember at Proviso, he talking shit at the free throw line. Talking about, I'm going to make both of them.
And miss both.
He airballed. But he had a great game, though. Like, overall, he really had a great game.
He came up and played with us and dunked. He played like JV. I remember being halfway asleep. I don't even know if I played, but I was like, because like usually it's for young guys or guys that don't play. So we there. When you go, you damn it don't want to go. We play.
You said JV games?
This is like it's like a.
So I was going to say, it usually be like quiet because it's not a real
it's
game.
in the morning, yeah. I know some people JV is sophomore. This is like a JV in between sophomore and varsity. Where like varsity guys who ain't playing and some young guys from the sophomore team. So we might have played the night before and lost. I just remember kind of being tired because you got to come watch and support your teammates. So I'm just there, like, damn, man. Debo dunked it and woke me the hell up. I'm damn okay, young fella. Like, coach, we might have to bring him up, let him play with us for real.
Bro, now that I think about it, when we went to Proviso's a B team game, they didn't come support us. No. Didn't we just go by ourselves?
Yeah, it was 7 in the morning. We woke up, went and got our ass spanked.
We wasn't going. They had us there.
And the reason we lost, warm-ups, they gave us balls with titties in them.
You
couldn't bounce them.
Yeah. They purposely gave us all the shitty balls.
Yeah.
And they had the Wilsons.
But they got us too.
Didn't you die on the court in that game?
Yeah, they was fouling me. I told the
like
ref
he
too.
got fouled and he laid on the floor. Like you remember that Melo clip? Mike did that in a real game.
I talked to the ref after that too. He gave me because they was hacking. You know why?
You know who I saw yesterday at the barbershop?
Who?
Miles, Caveman brother.
Oh, okay.
He came out like you probably don't even remember me.
It's been a few years since I've seen him.
But yeah, he was like, man, y'all really doing y'all thing, and I was telling him like, yeah, I'm like, Mike still talk about your brother or whatever. He'd be like, yeah, I think they still talk or whatever. He said y'all be playing the game. I was like, they do? I'm like, I'll play the game every night with Mike. But I'll let him have it. I'm like, you got it. You got it. Yeah, they be playing the game together. I've been in 17.
He probably just be hearing somebody's name Mike. You know, it's a million Mike.
But I know that's your man. I was like, that's crazy.
What y'all got for the Suns? Or do y'all classify the Suns?
I don't, but I have one for every single team. Okay. So what's up?
They've been playing better as of recent after having a couple bad losses.
It's just the second unit for them.
I had the second unit.
It's so bad.
I tell you, they turn the ball over a lot. They average 15 turnovers a game. They don't force any turnovers to make it back up, and they're the worst fourth quarter scoring team in the NBA.
Yeah, and then they're giving Bol real minutes now.
But at the end of the day, they got Kevin Durant and Devin Booker.
Kevin Durant is a bad mother.
I almost put Denver Nuggets, their biggest weakness is the Phoenix Suns. The Suns play the Denver Nuggets so well every single time. And I still don't know why. Not saying they beat them every time.
Yeah, I was going to say.
But they play them very well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the Lakers played them very well and still got swept.
Yes, they did.
Bulls used to play the Heat really well.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
He says playoff time. Shut the fuck down. Get your ass here.
All they did was put LeBron on Derrick Rose.
That's not all they did, Derrick. And LeBron, you did in the fourth quarter. You my dog. But if you really got that assignment, guard them 4 quarters through. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, Bron was scared of D Rose.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Any other teams worth the Dallas?
Come on. I didn't have them listed as a contender.
Damn.
I said defensive consistency and being able to close out possessions. They give up a lot of offensive rebounds.
Luckily, though, for them,
27th in opponent to rebound.
PJ Washington starting to get his rhythm.
32 last night.
Because he had 32.
Yeah, no.
And the game winner.
Before that, he had 5 threes as well.
That was a big win last night. Mm-hmm. No Luka beat Warriors.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
PJ Washington, the game winner. I was very surprised to see Tim Hardaway Jr. make a play for a winning.
Hell no. There's been a lot of quotes that's like out of context are crazy.
Like,
what did he say?
I'm surprised that I saw Tim Hardaway Jr. make a play. Like he's like a real NBA player.
But no,
you know
playmaking.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
5 seconds left in the game.
He's shooting.
I thought Tim Hardaway Jr. was going to shoot that.
Right.
But he made the right play and dumped it off to PJ for the game-winning layup. I didn't.
Do you remember we talked to Jaren Jackson Dad for an hour and a half when we was only supposed to do it for 20 minutes?
Yes. Jaren Jackson, he's a very talkative guy.
Yeah. He had the ring too.
He said, hold on, let me go get it out the store. No, I'll just play.
Any other teams? I got one last thing before we transition.
What's up?
The Lakers?
Oh, no, you tell me. Do you have the Lakers?
I was curious if y'all considered them contenders or not.
I don't have much to contend.
Okay, even though again they've been really good. The unfortunate part is everybody else been really good too. So it's like,
Yeah.
but they have a chance.
Yeah,
to
they
I
have
was
a
saying
chance.
tonight. I was low-key about to ask
They
you. I
have
was
a
like,
chance.
do y'all have Cavs or Lakers tonight? Y'all know the Cavs been mid.
Yes, the
Where's the
Lakers
game?
can make it happen, bro.
Let me check it.
Is it in
It's in
Cleveland or
Cleveland.
LA?
I don't think it
I think it's
matter.
a morning game. I think it starts in a couple hours.
It's two. Yep, starts at like 2:30.
I don't think it matters because LeBron, that's a home game for him regardless.
Oh, true.
Yeah, that is a home game for LeBron.
I think y'all gonna end up as the 8th seed.
And that's beautiful for y'all. 'Cause
Yes.
y'all get to go
'Cause
against a team and
and
only have
it's-
to win one game.
Yes.
One game.
That's the thing right there.
but they still gonna force themselves to play two.
No, first of all, yeah, it was the one game, and it's still the Warriors end of the day. So getting out of that spot, that's got to be the best thing right now for trying to get into the postseason.
I feel so bad for the Rockets though. The Rockets really went on that win streak
And then
got one game behind,
fumbled.
and then they lost 4 games in a row.
Mathematically,
I
they're
was gonna
still
say,
in it.
They
but
still can do it, but it's like what they basically got a streak, and then Warriors,
the Warriors got to
gotta
lose every game. They got to
Yeah.
win every game. So it's
Yeah.
like not happening.
With the NBA we are fans of, it ain't impossible.
I mean, the Lakers. I'm not just saying this to gas them. They have a chance of being the 7th seed.
Yeah.
Because
What's
the
their remaining
Pelicans have
schedule?
not been good since Brandon Ingram went out.
At all.
And they're
Which-
tied right now with the Kings, but the Kings have the tiebreaker. The Kings have not looked good recently either. So if both of those teams continue to kind of sputter and the Lakers continue their ascendance, which they're playing really good
And they
recently.
played the Pelicans in that last game of the season.
Do they really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's a really big game.
That's a
then.
huge game. Y'all spanked them in an in-season tournament. If y'all just treat it like it's the in-season tournament, then y'all might do it.
So Brandon Ingram is the most important Pelican.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Based on that.
The rest of the games y'all got is Cavs today, Timberwolves, Warriors, Grizzlies, and then Pelicans.
So it's not easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy right at
It's
all.
so
but
crazy. We
it's
got
possible.
5 games left in the season.
Isn't that
bro.
wild? Isn't that wild?
That's I hate hearing that. It went by too fast, but I'm
I know.
excited, man.
I know, because then we got the playoffs,
And then before you
to
know
that.
it get minimized and minimized. The first day of the playoffs gonna be so busting, but then it
Bro,
gets to
I
that
feel like for like it'd be a couple of days after the finals, you'd be like, it's just a breath of fresh air because it's like you've been watching basketball for so much, but after like a week, it'd be like, what the hell I'm supposed to be watching that night?
So before the season started, we did our yearly over-under episode.
Like, yeah.
5 games left. I went back to rewatch that episode, and I wrote down what we were right about and what we were wrong about throughout the course of the NBA season. Now, some of these, like the Boston Celtics one, I got rid of because we did the episode before the Drew Holiday trade, which
Okay.
means that the Bucks also we got rid of because that was before Damian Lillard was on the team, so on and so forth. The Wizards were 24.5. We all took the under. We were all very
I'm glad nobody
Successful
fell into
now.
the Wizards trap.
The Nuggets was at 53.5. Right now, they are sitting at 53, so they just have to win one more game in their last 5. Y'all all took the over. I took the under
Okay.
with the idea of like,
They couldn't replicate last season?
no, just that they might be a little tired, that they might not take it too seriously. What's wrong? Pistons were 27.5. Me, Darrick, and Mike all took the over. Pierre took the under. And obviously, it's a hard under. They did not come close to 28 games. They didn't even get half of that goddamn number.
I was hoping you
I
said
thought
I
it was
took the
Cade
under.
Cunningham year.
Yeah.
That's what it
I was hoping. I was just staring because I heard the 3 names and I was like, "Is he gonna say over or under?" Because I was like, "Bro, that's a bad miss right there."
The Suns were 52.5, which is not technically possible anymore. Darrick said the over, and you had it as a lock. That was one of your locks, and it wasn't even really close.
I'll bite the bullet on that.
Now, granted, this was before
He said I'll
DeAndre.
bite the bullet on that.
This is before the DeAndre Ayton trade.
Oh, okay.
So maybe I don't know what your opinion was about DeAndre Ayton. Did that matter to you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, so we'll give it a do not.
I thought Aiden was going to be really good for them.
It was the Booker and Kevin Durant that made you think 52 wins. Come on, man.
But I also had said Frank Vogel was going to unlock something out of DeAndre Ayton that we hadn't seen before.
More than
You
Kevin
know
Durant
what's
and
crazy?
Booker?
You did say that verbatim.
Yes.
You said those exact words.
I remember that.
Which
But
is
did you
that was
outweigh
August. How
that
does he
more than
remember that?
Booker and Durant?
I just
To think that they're going to take 52
obviously,
wins.
I obviously considered them, but like I thought the big reason was that Aiden was going to
No.
be
I
this
understand.
rim
that. I know you
running-
consider. I'm asking which way more.
Oh, Booker and
okay.
KD, but like
okay.
Aiden was definitely going to be like I thought he was going to be a big factor in it.
The Hornets, we all took the under at 29.5. They're not even at 20 just yet, so all win there. The Cavaliers,
I know I got a crazy one in here. Probably the Hawks.
we're gonna get there. The Cavaliers were at 50.5. We all took the over. It looks like that's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
The Rockets
weren't they over last season? Isn't that why? I'm pretty sure they went over.
They were 50 last year, and it was 50 and a half.
I'm blaming injuries. They had a lot.
They did have a lot.
They did have a lot of injuries. For them to be where they at with all those injuries, it's
Still
pretty impressive.
Yeah.
The Rockets, we all took the over at 31 and a half. Right now, of course, as we know, they are 38. Mike, that was one of your locks. So you were successful in your lock. It was a lock.
I'm glad we got the footage because I definitely don't remember that.
Yeah, I thought your lock was the Pistons. I don't know why.
The Jazz, 35 and a half. Me, Mike, and Pierre went under. Darrick, you went over at 35 and a half. This season, they have 29 wins, so it's not really a possibility at this point.
I was close, though.
The Warriors, me and Mike went over. Darrick and Pierre went under at 46 and a half. 46 and a half is not in play, so y'all got that win. The Raptors, we all took the under at 36 and a half. That was a good bet. They're at 24.
I wonder what the comments are saying. These guys are haters.
The Heat, 48 and a half. Right now, they are sitting at 43, so 48 and a half is not really in play anymore. Darrick and Pierre took the under.
Okay.
And me and Mike took the over.
What was we thinking?
I tell you, I just watched it. So what I was saying was they had the most games missed due to injury. So they'll be healthier, so they'll win more games. Guess what happened this year? They had the most games missed due to injury again.
That, and it's the Miami Heat, man. They're not taking the regular season serious.
I just believed in them for
They
no
just
reason.
missed. Tyler Hero missed so much this season.
He came back, though.
That's what I hope.
Damn near dub.
I'm
Yes.
kind of hoping they fall flat on their face. I hope they lose in the play-in twice, don't make the playoffs, and they have to.
You sound like a hater. Right? You said that.
I know it's going to come off as a hater, but I want it because I would love to just see them come out and put themselves in a position where they don't have to play in the play-in.
Yeah.
They don't have to be a one seed.
It's kind of like a reality check type of thing.
Yeah, they don't have to be a one seed either. They don't have to take every game serious, but like do the work early so y'all don't have to, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can rest and coast. But I hate seeing them in the play-in putting themselves behind the A ball because they're such a team that could be a legitimate threat. You good over there?
Hey, no bull. We have a Ring camera in my daughter's room for nighttime because she doesn't sleep in the crib anymore. It's been saying motion at the Ring camera when nobody's home. It's happened 2 times in the last 24 hours, and I'm kind of tripped out about it. I might have to get a GoPro and record my own found footage film just in case we have a ghost or spider, like large spiders or something.
I got some experience with that. I can help.
Okay, word. I'll call you over.
The ghost of Wilt Chamberlain.
What the hell is he doing in my daughter's room?
No, he's just walking around the house.
Oh, okay, word. The next one we had were the Magic at 36 and a half. We all took the over. We all were very successful in that one. The Lakers, we all took the over at 47 and a half. 47 and a half is technically still in play with 5 games left. They have to win 4 of the last 5. And that was one of my locks. So, damn. You know.
It's still in play.
It's still in play, but 4 out of the last 5 is
try
going
to
to be
cash out if they let you.
I don't think they will. The Bulls were 36 and a half. We all took the over. And right now they're 37. So they already hit the over. And that was another one of my locks. The comments on that one did not love it. Kenny's being biased. But 36 fucking wins. Come on, man. Let's be real here. And that's without Zach LaVine for 80% of the season. The Clippers, we all went over at 46 and a half. And right now they are sitting at 49. So all successful there. As we got later in the episode, we do the thing that we normally do. We got kind of bored. So we were all just saying, we were all collectively going group brain. Darrick said over. Yeah, I'll take the over too. I'll take the over. Except for with the Nets.
These two thought they was
I took the over on the Nets.
37 and a half. Darrick, you went under.
I thought I went over.
You went under.
Time out. This is my thing. This is why our show is hilarious because they fought for them to be in the playoffs.
2 weeks later.
Under.
Yes.
Don't make no sense.
Nope.
Just up here just talking.
I remember
Part of this show
specifically,
was
I thought the Nets was going to be
contradicting
solid,
yourself
so I took the over on
Both
that.
of y'all did, but then this goes against that. We had a whole argument 2v2 that they were going to be.
They were going to suck.
Yeah, and y'all was like, no.
I feel like in this episode, maybe I just wasn't a fan of them, but then
The next episode, he was a fan.
Very next
He be
episode,
forgetting.
he's like,
and then a few weeks later, I was probably like, I like Ben Simmons. I think that's literally what happened.
Me and Darrick went under, but P and Mike went over. So this is what it is. Like, it's like we gonna contradict ourselves. It's part of the show. The Grizzlies,
we couldn't predict what happened.
you went under though, so you were successful. It was at 46 and a half, not even close. But the rest of us went over thinking that John Morant's gonna come back and save the day. The Pacers, we all went over. at 34.5.
Crushed it.
That.
Crushed it. I had that as a lock. That was my second. I'm 2 or 3 on locks. And then the Knicks, we all went over at 44.5. That was a Pierre and me lock. They already hit the over. And then the rest of these, again, we all.
We just
No. The Hawks, 41.5. We all went over. 41.5 is not in play. It's not in play.
Damn.
The Mavs, 44.5. We all went over. It's done. We did that. Congratulations, team. The Thunder, 44.5. Obviously, they're well above that already.
Do we
Mike,
go under?
Darrick, Pierre, all went under.
Damn.
no way.
Kenny Beecham went over on the Thunder now.
No way.
I did not think they was going to be the 1 seed, goddammit, but I was going under, and I was like, I did too many. This is what happened. We all agreed on the last 5 of them. So I said, I'll switch it up and go over. So in the time, I wasn't really thinking they were going to go
Switched up
over.
the parlay and want some money.
And then the rest, we all went over on the Wolves, successful there. And then in the Kings, it was split down the middle. I thought they would still be over at 44.5 right now. They're 44, so they just have to win one more game. Pierre also went over, and then y'all went slight under.
Yeah.
But the rest we all agreed on.
I like
We were
my
all
field goal percentage in this year's.
It was a good one. It was a good one.
That was a good one. I think we hit some home runs, missed on a little. I think that's just how it goes. That's the game.
That's the game. If it was anybody
That's
shooting
the
100%,
game.
then that's boring.
That's
Who
the
wants to be
game.
right about everything?
Right.
Why
I mean,
watch the sport if
That means
you know
you
what's
ain't
gonna
taking
happen?
no chances.
If you are the analyst that is right all the time, you probably will
You
get
playing
the
it
biggest
safe.
bag.
No,
from the future.
You're playing it safe.
Somebody's gonna kill you. If you are right 100% of the time, Vegas is gonna take you out.
Oh shit!
If I went on TV and was like, in June, the Raptors gonna be champions, and they're there's like plus 12,000, and they did it, and I'm like, something suspicious about this dude, and I do it every single year for 4 years. They not gonna let me do it no more. I say that. I'm messing up the bag for Vegas a little bit too much.
The NBA might not even let that shit happen. You know how many allegations it's gonna be that the game is rigged if you making them type of predictions and getting it. Andrew Wiggins finna be an all-star starter,
Right, exactly,
and it just
exactly.
happens. Like they gonna think some shit going down.
What is the most unlikely thing to happen over the last couple years that nobody could have
Miami
predicted?
making it to the finals.
As the 8 seed? Yeah. I would have been on this pod like, don't worry, they about to beat the Bucks at 5. Like in 5. Yeah, they about to beat the Knicks in 5.
Jalen Johnson, most improved.
Yeah.
They gonna beat the Bucks.
Well,
in
not
7.
most improved, but
They gonna beat the Celtics in 7, but they gonna be up 3-0 at the beginning.
Yeah. I wouldn't even want to know the future.
No.
Take everything away.
It
Would you
takes
ever
away
guess
everything.
Damian Lillard gets traded to the Bucks?
On that episode, when we were talking about the Blazers didn't even have a line.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all remember. They blanked it out. You could not even bet on the Blazers because we didn't know what was happening with Dame. I said in that episode, I'm taking the over for the Heat also because Damian Lillard's going to be on the team. And then Pierre was like, no, they did say it was one mystery team, but we don't know who that team is. And now we know that it was the goddamn Bucks pulling some strings and making it happen. But yeah, nobody saw it coming. Nobody was writing articles about Dame being a fit in Milwaukee because it just felt
I did say he
pretty
was a
normal.
dark horse to be a Buck.
You did? You should have put some money down.
I should have.
Should have put some money down. But then again, every time you said something, dark horse something, and you put money down, you would have lost 90% of the time.
Yes,
Because a
that's
dark
true.
horse is a dark horse
Like
for
a
a
dark
reason.
horse MVP.
Yeah, they're a dark horse for a reason.
Yeah.
It's unlikely. It's very, very unlikely. But yeah, that's over-unders from our last show.
I can't wait to do the next one.
Yeah.
Because like a team like the Thunder, their wins are now going to be higher.
It's going to be like at 54.5, I would assume. I mean, we don't know what they're going to do in the offseason.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Yeah, will you take
They're going to
that
get
over?
Andre Drummond.
Oh, my God. They might.
I think Drummond's a Thunder.
After you have like
Put money on it.
a 13, I guess like a 14, 15 win season, yo over under coming in at 14.5, bro, you better hit that, dog.
Well, the Spurs are probably also going to be higher too.
I'm taking
I guess
the
they're
over on
gonna
the Spurs
project-
next season.
They're going to project a big
Whatever
Vimy
the
jump.
number is, I'm taking the over.
So what if they like spike it? Is at 37?
No, 44.
Oh, well, now we're being crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm just assuming they're going to get a big addition. If they go get Trae Young, Donovan Mitchell, it's going to be like 40-something. It's not going to be 36.
I think it might be 36.
With Donovan Mitchell added?
Yeah. I mean, they won less than 20 games this year.
Yeah, but we know that Wemby is going to enter year 3. And you go to another All-Star?
Year 2. Well, year
Year
3
3.
by your standards?
Yeah.
He got to do this little thing.
Okay, word. But yeah, man. Do you have Unplugged?
I did / do, but Mike kind of took it.
Oh,
It
it's
was
the
a
J.
Kendrick-
Cole music stuff?
Yeah. It just kind of like the Twitter input with it all. But again, Mike don't like to correlate his drop the mic with us
until 10 minutes before we
he
hit
be
record.
driving here, hitting his posh like, what should I do? Oh, that's what I'm gonna do when I get there. Yep. Yeah.
Oh man.
So
People was asking Russ about his opinions on it, and he was like, "I'm 31."
Westbrook?
No, Russ, the rapper.
Oh,
Yeah, he was just
He's
saying.
31.
Yeah, that was his response. Pretty much just saying, "Why would I insert myself into two grown men's beef that I don't even know?"
I didn't
And
realize he was that old.
KB, can I ask
Also,
you something?
thought it was surprising he didn't know them. Not that he knows them, but like that they haven't worked together.
they haven't. You don't look at his music.
No, I do, but
Russ has always been I'm an independent, I do everything myself type of guy.
oh yeah,
I feel like if Russ had a song with Kendrick, you would know.
that's true.
You, I was surprised to hear that.
You said, can you ask me something?
Yeah, as a homeowner, how many times have you had like a plumbing issue or like a clogged toilet?
And boy, didn't you clog his toilet? No. We joked that you clogged his toilet. You had disappeared one time when we went over there. We like Mike clogging that toilet, or he had to use the bathroom and he went all the way to the basement.
I think Darrick did that. Darrick went
I
to
did
No,
that's
that
what
was
I'm getting.
Darrick. That was
Oh, that was
Darrick.
you?
Yeah.
Okay. Smart man. Good move.
Yeah, because my bathroom on the first floor is right off the kitchen,
Yeah.
which is where everybody is at.
Oh, it's gonna be terrible. He finna walk out of there like, don't go in there for 30, 45 minutes.
This house has a bunch of small stuff.
Yeah.
Nothing is like completely broken down. The last house, a week before I put it on the market, my furnace went out. So I had to pay $5,000-ish, I don't remember the exact number, to replace a furnace on a house that I was trying to sell. But at least part of the selling part is like, brand new furnace.
Yeah.
Brand new furnace.
Yesterday, so this is last night too. Actually, not even. This is probably like 7 o'clock or whatever. My toilet like clogged up or whatever.
Big Dookie, yeah.
I think it was the toilet paper was super thick, and so I think like the toilet is small. Anyways, like
Yeah,
I'm
boy,
trying
you
to
know the
do
toilet paper.
I'm trying to get like solutions to solve whatever. Obviously, I tried a plunger, it didn't really work. I tried some solutions, it didn't really work. So I called maintenance, and by that time it's already 9 o'clock or whatever. But I need a toilet for the night, so they picked up and they were asking me like, do you have one bathroom or two? Because if it's two, you could wait till the morning.
Right.
One, they got to come. So I was like, nah, it's got to be like tonight. She's like, all right, well, he'll be there soon. I get a call. He said, you got one or two bathrooms. I said, I have one. He said, oh, because I'm trying to see if you can wait till the morning. I said, nah, we just got one. It's clogged up. Like, we need the toilet. He said, you sure?
He's sure.
And I said, like, yeah. He's like, oh, man, I'll be there around like 10:30. And he didn't get to like 11. And he was, because I called him. I was like, where you at? He said, well, I'm coming all the way from Chicago to basically just fix the clog or whatever. He got there. He was there for 5 seconds.
He fixed it though?
Fixed it and left. He had a back like 45-minute drive
Bro, he
back
couldn't
home.
like walk you through it over the phone if it was gonna take.
He had a tool or something.
Oh, yeah,
like
that
he had
snake?
that.
That
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But my girl was talking about like, what if she's like, if we had a house like that would have been you having to fix that. I'm like, I can't just know some shit because it's broke. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This has been my philosophy
Right.
on broken stuff in the house. If I can't look at it and fix it, I'm calling somebody to come do it for me.
Yeah.
I
And
can
I
agree
know
with
for
that.
some people that's taboo. Like, oh, you're the man of the house. You should
Yeah.
be able to change the bolts on this. No, hey, I'm okay. I'm
Yeah.
okay.
Like if my washer's broke, I'm not finna start taking shit apart and trying to.
Yes, that's not
test
who
and
I-
shit.
that's not-
No, I don't know how to fix.
This ain't my Xbox back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
Like my dishwasher's broke again, and like I'm not finna try to fix it. We gotta get. I told the landlords it ain't working again. So
That's the luxury of renting now.
yeah,
That you can't just be like, hey, landlord.
That's why I love it.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, because if I own now, I gotta go buy $800 washer.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And have somebody bring it in, put it in, take the old one out. Like
$800. Oh, that's about right, I would say.
I think dishwasher around.
Yeah,
At
that's
least the
about
good
right.
ones. Yeah.
That's about right. Yeah. I'm lucky that I ain't really had a lot.
Have
Like-
you ever had like some type of home expense come that you never even knew about?
The roofing thing, I mean, not that I didn't know about it, but like a couple months into owning this house, it had a small leak we don't use the attic, but it had a small leak into the attic that we had to repair
How did y'all find out?
Contractor?
through the inspection.
Oh yeah, that
Because we bought the house as is so we can get the house. Because like the house, I may have told the story before. I went to see this house.
Yeah.
And I fell in love with it. It's close to the family. It's close to everything. It was just the one that we wanted. And I'm there alone. My fiance at that point is not there. And it's an open house, and there's hella people in there. And I hear, and I always think that this lady was a plant. by the damn sellers. Is another pregnant lady there telling her husband, I need this house. I'm like,
you took that house away from them?
I had a pregnant girl at that time too. So it's like so I paid well over the asking price to get the house, but also a part of it was like, we'll take it as is. It was a risk because who knows what the hell could have been wrong with the house.
Yeah.
But I really wanted the house. I was like, whatever was wrong with it, I was willing to put an extra amount of money to fix it. And we ended up getting it like a week later because we had the highest offer in. It was as is, so they didn't have to worry about maintenance. We were worried about maintenance. And
that's what happened when
now I'm gonna sell it next year.
When my parents moved in, they had to do some basically like redo a little bit of the roofing because they had bought it off somebody, and they have to take care of it. And they've been in an apartment all their life, so it was just something new when you have to have all those expenses.
Yeah,
I mean, my dad. Every time I go to my parents' house, there's something new in the backyard. Like I think I told y'all he was building like a fire pit. Or something. So he did that. He built like a shed. He built like a swing set back in the back. And I'm like, okay.
Damn, he going crazy.
Yeah, it's just like the new life of like a home. Like everything is yours. You don't have to worry about putting it back or having like you have to move to a different apartment. Like it's just different.
I don't know when I'm gonna be ready for that life.
Do y'all think y'all would mow your own grass or will you hire?
I would mow my grass.
I'm hiring.
I mowed my own grass for like 2 years at the old house. And I was like, at this house, I asked the guy like how much he charged. He was damn near doing it for free.
Oh,
yeah.
So
I mean,
like,
that would probably change my mind too.
You can do this lot too, please.
Yeah, I'm hiring, man.
Yeah.
I'm such a particular person with how I like things to be straight. I can't count on myself to be doing it consistently.
It depends on how big my yard is.
Yeah. I guess that matters too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if I got a big ass backyard, I might not want to do it.
Sometimes I enjoy just being out in the sun.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Have my headphones on.
I'll watch him do it if I need to for a couple minutes.
The hardest part for me as a homeowner is I feel like I've been living at this house for a little over a year. I still don't feel like it looks like my house.
Really?
Like I haven't contributed to decorating one bit. And now that I'm
you
like,
haven't made it feel like your home.
and I kind of want to move in a year or two.
That's crazy.
So it's like, do I even want to invest in getting the couches that I really like, getting the stuff on the wall that I really like, if I might be moving in another year or two?
I don't blame you.
Might just be
I think
chill.
I asked y'all maybe a few months ago, and I was just like, when did y'all home start to feel like, or like when did your house feel like a home? Because it took me a couple of months for it to feel like that in my apartment, but it's crazy that you have like your own house and you've been in there for over a year and you don't feel like that yet. That's like that. That's the weird thing with the house is like sometimes it's not as easy to just get out of that situation and move out. Like,
It's a lot more space to fill up too.
I've never had one of my homes be like, I'm attached to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if I had the funds or whatever and another house across the street became available and I liked that house, I would gladly go to that next house. You know what I'm saying? Like I've never felt like this is the house for me completely.
Yeah.
It's going to be where we lay our head for maybe a couple of years and then we'll be back on the market looking for something else.
That's how I was going into my place, but I think I like my place just because I like where it's at. It's a lot of me in there. You know what I'm saying? And I just love my landlord. It's my dog.
See, I feel that type of way where like where I stay now, like of course I would always move into like just a bigger place, but I feel like if I had the same location basically, but just like maybe a different apartment or different like management or something like that, I would enjoy the hell about that place.
Well,
but
yeah, because you live in like a complex.
It's like in the midst of like everything, honestly. Like I feel like
but I'm saying you live in an apartment. It's like
it's not like I have an individual landowner that's going to take care of the thing. They got fucking 1,000 people they got to take care of.
Exactly. That's why those. Yeah,
it'd be hard.
Yeah. For sure.
We've been looking at new places. Like we want to rent like a townhouse or something for our next spot. Like we've been actively like we think this is our last year in here. So like we want to find something better.
Oh, so y'all ain't rocking with it then? Cause y'all ain't been there for a year, right?
It's been a year.
It's been a 2-year lease. So we just in now a year or two.
Okay, so you've been there for a year.
Yeah.
You ain't rocking with it.
It's not even that. It's just we feel like we've outgrown it.
Need more space.
And
need
for
more
sure,
space.
bro.
Yeah. We now have a baby.
I can't wait till I get another closet because I'm at least getting me and Elena gonna be moving in, so at least getting a 2-bedroom.
That's the other thing. It's like
that's big.
My place can't get no.
You
bigger.
act like you the first time you done heard this before.
I know, but you never said on the shelf size.
I thought he did.
I feel like I be saying this all the time on stream. So
okay, where?
Yeah.
So are you looking for somewhere new now?
Well, my lease not up for a few more months, but we're gonna be looking. Yeah.
Damn, 3 more months. You better start looking now.
Look now.
We got time. Like, now I'm not saying few like 2. I'm talking about like later in the fall, like late fall.
I would still say look.
I would too. Looking could be a 7-month process.
Do you know where your priorities are? What like neighborhood you would like to be in?
I
would start looking now. Still,
I'm not this. I already had my first ring around with finding an apartment. I'm a little bit experienced now.
The only thing that we're saying is that when you was looking the first time, you had your parents' crib. When you at the end of a lease and they go a little bit longer than you think, where you gonna go?
And they gonna tax you like that extra. If let's say you need extra money,
I'm not saying you don't know what you're doing.
Charge your ass crazy.
No, I understand. My thing is too is like a lot of times when you're trying to apply for the places, and this is again like apartments, it's hard to get it so far out in terms of like I don't have to pay no crazy deposit to hold a place for 6 months until I move in or anything like that. It's just like I can get it within that 2-3 month span where it's like okay, we're gonna find this spot, and it's just like we can hold it until we're ready to move in.
No,
I just don't like doing it 5-6 months out.
I'm not trying to tell you to put money down on it, but like
actively looking and being proactive. You know, we're definitely proactive. We've been looking for sure.
What you love.
We've been already looking at like what we want to spend our prices and what we want to spend as a budget wise and everything. I know her sister, she's like kind of moving too, so she was telling us about some spots.
It's tough out here now, though.
I know
the market to rent to own is crazy, bro.
Yeah, the housing market is pretty bad.
You want to stay in your same area?
Probably move a little bit closer around here.
Hey, imagine if we all live on the same block.
Damn.
That's in play.
I don't know if it's specifically this area because you know this get a little price. I'm talking about a little bit closer because you know I'm the farthest out, so I'd be a little bit more.
But it's still gonna be around us.
Just live on the same street that we all live.
I'm not talking about this.
No, that's too
I'm not
close.
talking about this exact location. I thought you meant next to us.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
We have looked at some of the spots over here.
I don't like this shit. And you can't let us know you was getting nothing.
Austin got some food behind cam. Hey,
Look like a donut.
We appreciate y'all watching or listening to this episode of Numbers on the Board. If you enjoyed it, be sure to leave it a like. Subscribe to the channels. We are on our road to 100,000. Tune in to our playback streams, playback.tv/enjoy b-ball. We've been doing those a few times a week. And you don't want to miss out,
man.
Yeah, it's been fun, but it would be more fun if you came to show out too.
Why y'all don't move in together?
Yo.
No.
A dual couple channel.
No.
Yes. That just sound hard. Get a 2-bedroom. You all got one room.
No, it would be
bedroom is crazy.
It's gonna be. If you got more space, it would be better. If
it's gonna be
so
2
y'all
in the
just want to
morning.
move into my house.
Yeah.
On some real shit, I think he would do that. I think him and his girl would move in with y'all.
For content, yeah.
Content. You don't make content.
Without content, y'all would.
It's gonna be 2 in the morning. KB and Suzanne gonna hear some noise downstairs. KB gonna go check it out. His DBS in the fridge.
It's my house. I'm supposed
No,
to
you are renting.
I love this.
You would be renting a room.
I love
He
this.
said it's my house.
I love this.
Motherfucker
I
ain't paying out
love
a
this
single bit of
already.
mortgage.
Man.
You
what
ain't
a-
never looked at your landlord and said, "This my shit."
The producer in me is really getting to thinking. I'm a plant shit. Plant shit. Hey, I came with these groceries there. You can cook early in the morning. But yeah, I feel like Andrew be over there all the time, and you be coming from there to here, and y'all left together. I'll be like, yeah, y'all might as well. Y'all over there all
Avery
the
knows
time.
his name.
As what?
Darrick. I mean, she doesn't pronounce it perfectly, but like we came back from the playback stream the other day, and I was like, "Who's that?" He's like, "Darrick," or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, it's Darrick.
Damn, she said that like Giannis.
We do be having to watch them interviews. So be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and we'll see y'all on Tuesday. Peace.